welcome to episode 487 of the Super Ultra Podcast Arcade for April 13th, 2025. I'm one of your hosts, Daniel Nicholson, and with me is my co-host, Dominic Stallworth. What's going on this week, Dominic?
Man, I don't know, what's going on this week? I don't know, as far as new games, there's been some interesting games come out this week.
Yeah.
As far as anything else, I don't know. It's been an alright week. It's been cold over here, which is great for April, I guess. So I mean, God, it's weird. I mean, actually, for me, it's like, I like it. But really, it's the middle of spring.
Yeah.
And we're getting this, like, we just had like really warm weather. This is a few weeks ago, and then now it's like, whoa, people wearing jackets again.
Yeah, it's been a little ping pong.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely been cold at nights, and like I know in baseball, I ain't seen people all bundle up and stuff watching baseball games. I was like, it's weird over here. Just quick overview with local sports. The Orioles up and down early in the season. They're not hot like they were like last year, at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
But they're just kind of in a lull, like as far as like pitching. I know their best pitcher, who was currently active anyway, it's just got hurt, and so now it's like we're pretty much in limbo of like, oh man, when's the other guy's gonna come back from injury, like Bradish, and I think Rodriguez was injured. So it's like we got our top three pitchers hurt right now, and we need our bats to really come swinging. I mean, they came swinging most recently, but we need more consistency from those guys. Luckily, the rest of the American League is not really. They're still fumbling through the gates, at the beginning. So it's just nobody dominant on the American League East side, while National League got a few teams that are looking really good at the top. Not just the Dodgers, but I think about it, like how long the seasons are, Dodgers most likely probably run away with the pack. Well, we'll see. Even though the Nationals did pretty good against them, they won a series against them, so it's like that's cool. The Nats have been looking actually competitive. That's how they look at the end of last year. So I'm like, good for those guys. What else is going on? I know, NBA, I don't watch, but their playoffs is almost here. College basketball is over, but they're all going through their transfer portal stuff, which I heard is like a shit show. Basically, almost everybody's just leaving teams and going other places. So that's fun. Yeah, that's the new college experience now, is that like every year there's someone going to a new school. This is going to be this is a totally different experience from yesteryear when you just had people stay at the school, or at least for the men's would be like they're one and done. You have one and dones, but for the most part, people just stay at their school, and if they transfer, they'll have to wait a year until they actually play for that school. And now it's Wild Wild West. It's like every year, it's like someone, like they come and then they go. It's just, man, it's so weird, man, seeing it like this. But the NCAA did it to themselves. They got greedy. It could have been better than this. And I'm hoping maybe it'll get better later on. Maybe something will be done to make it better. So being more incentivized for people to stay or something. I want to give them more freedom to go where they want. I mean, because people transfer, technically, I guess you can transfer, colleges every year, really, if you got the money for it. Mm-hmm. And really, is that these colleges are giving those kids the money for it, scholarships. So, just maybe there's something that can be done, but it should have been done. That's the thing. If it would have been done before, I think we wouldn't have never got. They would have had to get to this point. Um, Other than that, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, Ovechkin broke the record for the most goals in a career in hockey history for the. So it's like our own Capitals guy, local guy did that. So it's cool, even though he's from Russia. That's the only negative.
Boo.
Okay. But no, yeah, good for him, man. Like, I mean, Wayne Gretzky's like one of the greatest or the greatest, man. Well, it's the one we all know. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
absolutely.
he's the greatest. And for him to break that record is like crazy. I mean, Ovechkin's done a lot, and I'm so glad they have won a Stanley Cup, man. Because I'm like, damn, it was sucked in that one Stanley Cup. I'll be like,
Yeah.
man, yeah, because the Caps they've been top for a lot, and they're one of the top. Well, they're a top team in their conference this year. They got a chance to do it this year. They're looking really good this year. So I mean, I hope they can get a second one. Because I think, man, the way they've been like number one team, I feel like I should have seen like two or three of them or something like that. And this is like the first time ever I think they say in hockey where the Penguins, the Bruins, and the Rangers are not in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Like they're both are not in there. These are like the original. I think they're part of the original six, or like they're one of the old. Yeah, they're the old guard basically of hockey, and they didn't make it in. And it's like wow, that's crazy that none of those teams made it. Um, wow, I saw some people like, oh, too so sad because they're like because those teams are always in there. But yeah, so it should be interesting Stanley Cup playoffs. The best team I saw points like who had the most points in the whole league was Winnipeg. That's who when I had a look at the standings yesterday. And they did. I remember them doing well last year. I don't even remember who won last year. It was a Southern team, right?
Yeah.
I know it wasn't definitely Tampa Bay, but I felt like as a was it? Oh, it was another Florida team. Was it the
I
Panthers?
think it might have been the Panthers.
The they call them the Florida Panthers. That's what they call them.
Yeah.
I forget. Yeah. So we got the South cannot rise again.
Oh
Daniel.
no, yeah, we gotta squash that.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's it, man. That's all I got, man, for sports. So what's going on in the wrestling world?
Yeah, we're a week away from WrestleMania. So they finally announced who all is going to be wrestling and what night they're going to be on. So Saturday, you've got Rey Mysterio versus, you'll like this one, Dominic, El Grande Americano. There's Chad Gable is a wrestler who is kind of like Kurt Angle Jr. He's a former Olympian. He's a very good wrestler.
Okay.
But
Yes.
he is now pretending to be a luchador under a mask. So they did this video package of him using like AI, putting El Grande Loco into all of these like old wrestling matches from Mexico and stuff like that. Kind of amusing. I mean, they're both great wrestlers. That'll be a great match. You got Naomi versus Jade Cargill. That should be a lot of fun. But Jade's first like big solo match in WWE on this grand stage. WWE Tag Team title match. The War Raiders, who are currently the champions, versus the New Day. The New Day are heels now. I would be kind of surprised if they did not get these titles here. The U.S. Championship, LA Knight, who's the champion, versus Jacob Fatu. I'd be shocked to see Jacob not win that. He's the rising star, one of the members of the new bloodline. It feels like he can easily take over that spot as the leader of the new bloodline, with Solo Sikoa.
Hold on, when's WrestleMania?
Next weekend.
Next weekend. Okay.
Yeah. We got WWE.
And where is it? And where is it at?
Yeah, Allegiant Stadium in Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Legion Stadium. Where is.
It's
Oh,
the
that's just a
football.
stadium. That's not the. Oh, it's the. Oh, it is the football field.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the football stadium. Women's Championship: Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. Charlotte's back
That's
now.
what it called. What's Allegiance? What company is that? A company?
It is. I think it's like a security thing. If it's what I think it is, I was actually thinking about it this morning. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's a vacation company, like cheap tickets type thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was thinking of some other security thing because I was like, oh, is it that? No, it's not. Yeah, so Tiffany and Charlotte had a very weird interaction 2 weeks ago now, I guess. Charlotte's just kind of come back and said, like, I'm challenging you because I'm Charlotte Flair. And basically in this, I think they were still... I can't remember if they were still in Europe or not. Oh no, they were in Chicago because she's like Charlotte's like, Chicago, what would you have me do? So basically the crowd was booing Charlotte because like she's being like privileged princess kind of Charlotte, and Tiffany's pretty over as a face right now. So the crowd was booing her, like seriously booing her during this promo. So like she could barely talk, and I think she took exception to that, and it also seemed like neither of them were really like into working with each other. And now this is all like coming out from like the dirt sheets and the backstage reporting stuff, that this is like not scripted stuff, but like Charlotte or Tiffany was taking shots at Charlotte because Charlotte recently like talked about her divorce from Andrade. She was married to another wrestler that currently works for WWE, and they're divorced.
Is this a storyline or this is real?
This is real. She was married to him, and they broke up. So she was like on a podcast or something talking about that. Tiffany had brought that up during the promo. And then like Charlotte's just like making fun of her kind of whiny voice because she has a very like high pitched Valley Girl voice. And then like Tiffany's talking about how she's 0-3, but not in the ring because Charlotte's been divorced 3 times. And she very quickly just like dips out and leaves. So there's a lot of speculation that like, and then Charlotte's like, oh, your boyfriend, Kaiser, Ludwig Kaiser, who's a wrestler who is dating Tiffany Stratton. Charlotte's like, is that why Kaiser's in my DMs or something like that? Yeah, it was very awkward. So that's kind of been the buzz of the internet, is like, oh, they don't actually like working with each other. And then on this past SmackDown, they had an angle where basically Charlotte attacked Tiffany in the parking lot and got sent home. So they didn't actually like interact too much. So that'll be interesting to see if like they can get it together and have like a professional wrestling match, or if it's going to devolve into
a professional
wrestling match. Well, a professional wrestling match. You know, because Charlotte has been known to just kind of like straight up just like fight people. There was a moment with a match with Nia Jax a couple years ago where they basically just ended up, you know, fighting each other until they kind of got it together. So that should be interesting. It's either going to be very entertaining because they're both really good wrestlers, or just an absolute shit show. Gunther versus Jey Uso, that should be a good match. They're finally kind of pulling the story line together for Jey Uso to win this championship here. It's been a couple of weeks now of them like not really evolving anything here, and Jey finally got some promo time to flesh this out a bit. It's still unfortunate for a guy called Main Event Jey Uso and wrestling for a championship after winning the Royal Rumble. He is not going to be actually main eventing the show, because night 1 will be main evented by Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. CM Punk announced what the favor would be that he had asked for by helping Roman Reigns' team in the War Games match a couple of months ago, and that favor was Paul Heyman to be in his corner. So that should be an interesting wrinkle there. I don't really want to see CM Punk win here. Roman Reigns doesn't need the win, and Seth Rollins kind of deserves a big win. It's been a while since he's gotten like a big moment, especially at WrestleMania. So we'll see. I've seen some speculation that like Paul Heyman could end up with him, and I think that would be a lot of fun, to be honest with you. Especially like going from here, because Roman will probably, disappear for a couple of months while after WrestleMania. CM Punk will still be around, but he can just complain about stuff. So, and then Sunday night's going to be AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. It always feels like AJ Styles gets put into these matches where he kind of has to make the other guy look good. I've said it before. Logan Paul's a decent wrestler, but like, I don't like him, so I'd prefer just to not have to watch him. And like previous years, like AJ Styles has had to wrestle like Shane McMahon and whatnot. And it's like, it would be nice if he could get like a really big spot. The one time he carried the title into Mania and fought Shinsuke Nakamura, who him and those two had put on like an incredible match in Japan. It ended up in like a dick kicking contest or something like that. So it's been really unfortunate for AJ Styles as far as like WrestleMania goes. There's gonna be
Come on, man. You gotta like Logan Paul, man. You gotta watch that series on HBO Max.
Yeah. No, thank you. I'm good. There's gonna be a Sin City street fight between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. That should be a lot of fun.
They're gonna fight on the.
They're gonna fight on the strip.
Like actually fight the strip. Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
Fight in and out of casinos. No, unfortunately not. It's just,
they should.
Just a name for a hardcore match, but that should be a lot of fun. Drew McIntyre is doing a lot of good work these days, and Damian Priest, I think, hopefully takes this loss and then maybe they spin him out to do something else because he needs something.
To end up on like one of those stages, like where like they have those singers who be who are just like
residency.
I'm trying to think of. Yeah, darn. I'm trying to think of the singer name. I can't even think of his name.
Bruno Mars still stuck there?
I think he's dead now. Tom Jones.
Yeah, Tom Jones. I'm glad you remembered his name because that's who I was thinking. Like, yeah, we could get him fighting in the background behind Tom Jones. It's not unusual.
Yeah.
Next up, the women's tag team championship. It's going to be Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who are the current champions, versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyrie. This feels very much thrown together. Bayley and Lyra won a match on SmackDown to get into this title match, but Lyra is currently the women's Intercontinental champion, and Bayley had been fighting her for the title like the previous week, and it just feels like kind of a waste because Bayley seems like she should be doing something different. She should be fighting Roxanne Perez from NXT. They seemingly were like building something up for her, even if it's on the NXT pay-per-view, Stand and Deliver instead of WrestleMania. I mean, I don't know what the paycheck is like between those things for Bayley, but like it very much feels like that should be a singles match. And then Lyra, as the champion, should also have her own match. It feels like they're just like trying to get these women on the card instead of giving them something like meaningful to do. And like Liv and Raquel, like they could be facing an actual tag team, at least two of which appeared in that gauntlet match that Bayley and Lyra won. So it just seems wasted opportunity. They're clearly trying to do like a condensed thing because there are 7 matches on each of the nights, but it's still gonna be like 8 hours each day or something like that, because there's gonna be like 4 hours a show plus a 3-hour pre-show, plus like a press conference afterwards or something like that. So yeah, it seems kind of thrown together. For the men's IC title, you got Braun Breaker as the champion versus Penta versus Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. That's going to be a hell of a match. That's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know who comes out of this outside of Finn Balor and Dominic coming out with some bad blood. They're both in Judgment Day, which is a faction that has been struggling as of late to keep it together. And I think this is kind of going to be the catalyst to finally have those guys separate out. You then have the Women's World Championship. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. That's going to be another incredible match. I'm a little disappointed in the build that they've had with this because Rhea's basically just... They've allowed her to force her way back in. She lost the title. It should be Io versus Bianca because Bianca won the title or won the match, the Royal Rumble, to get this match. And then Rhea is just basically complained about not being in the match to the point where they're just like, she's in the match now. And the crowd the other week was actually booing Bianca despite her being like the one in the right and cheering for Rhea. So I don't know what they're going to do there, if they're going to angle Bianca towards like a heel or not. I'm not necessarily against that. But I just hope they don't like do Io dirty here, which it kind of feels like they're going to. It almost feels like they gave her the championship just to have her in this match and get her on the card at WrestleMania, which is great. Like, she deserves a spot there. But again, instead of like trying to come up with something more creative, they just put her in there and hopefully she's not in there to just take the pin, which it kind of feels like. And then the main event of the second night, Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. It feels like a given that John Cena is going to win that, and that should lead to a pretty interesting year as it leads to his countdown to retirement. I mean, Cody has done some good work with John Cena, not necessarily there every week, talking smack about him. But I think when it comes down to it, hopefully they put on a good match, and John Cena comes out of this just champion to lead to some interesting...
So is The Rock supposed to be there to support John Cena?
I haven't seen, they haven't like announced him being there, but it feels like he's got to be there to cost Cody the match or something like that. Or at least so like some level of like uncertainty with John Cena. Because at the end of the day, like even if John Cena wins, I think you do have to have The Rock help him so that, he's like, oh man, I didn't really do this on my own, even though for the longest time I did it on my own or something like that. Yeah, so that should be, it should be good overall. There's storyline stuff that I have issues with this, but for the most part, at the end of the day, it's WrestleMania, and WrestleMania is usually pretty fun. Also, AEW, I did go this past week. It was at UMBC. That was a lot of fun. I think this is one of the better shows that they've actually given us at UMBC, because for the longest time there, it felt like they had kind of resigned to being like, oh, well, we can't go to what is now, I guess, the CFG arena in Baltimore proper, so we're working this like smaller arena, and as such,
Wait a minute.
Sorry.
I'm saying, what now? I always thought like they didn't go because it maybe went under construction or something. I don't know.
Well, I think that was part of it initially, and now I just don't know that they would be able to fill that place. They've been working smaller. Yeah, they've been working smaller and smaller kind of venues to make the places look a little more full. I mean, they didn't even fill this place. The upper deck was basically empty. But it was a good show. Typically, they kind of like rely on going like, oh, this is where Ring of Honor was born in Baltimore, generally. So they always give us like legacy guys and stuff like that, and didn't really advance like the main storylines. Whereas here, it was more, like main storylines. You had all the big names really, and it was just a really solid wrestling show. So it was a lot of fun.
All right. So we get into what we're watching. So have you watched anything? Because I don't have my
I've still been trying to catch up on Daredevil. I think I'm 2 episodes behind the episode I'm on now. They're just introducing Muse, the graffiti artist, potential serial killer character. So still no like actual Daredevil, but a lot of interesting courtroom stuff, a lot of interesting Kingpin stuff. I am definitely interested to see where it goes, but if you're here for hot Daredevil crime fighting action, this is maybe not the series for you so far.
Yeah. It like even this latest episode, even though I have got to a part where he's put the costume back on, he doesn't really do a lot, but this was a really great episode though. Like this was there was a lot of intrigue and suspense with this episode. And you said it's supposed to be how many episodes this season?
I can't remember now. I want to say it was like 9.
Oh man, I thought you said it was like in the teens.
I think originally it was supposed to be like 12, and then when I looked at it, I think last week, it was some nonsense about how like season 1 and season 2 seemed like they were kind of a split of what that original number was going to be.
Oh, so then it's like how many episodes left then?
Episodes.
Now I don't know how many I watched.
Yeah, episodes. Well, I'm on 6, so I think they're on 8 right now.
Oh, darn. So it's only one more. Oh, yeah. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, there's going to be 9 in the first season.
Yeah, and the way this one ends, I'm curious what this last one will be. And that, darn, I wonder when second season start. Is it like...
I know they're filming now, but that probably means it'll be, early 2027 before we get that, right?
Man, darn.
Season 2.
But yeah, because I really like this. This show's been pretty good. Like, and the way they do it, like, it doesn't feel like the Netflix series. Like, sometimes it felt like they could have edited and some stuff to make it shorter, and like to actually, and it still would have been a good show. While this one, I feel like they could keep. It hasn't got to that point where I feel like, oh man, this has been too long.
Right, it's a lot tighter
with it. Yeah, exactly. Also being as though, like, yeah, and it's not to the point where I'm like, man, because I didn't see him enough in the costume fight. I mean, the story's actually good. It's a good story. It's an adult story. Mm-hmm. So, like, yeah. So if you like you said, if you're looking for like the action and a whole bunch of fighting, yes, you will be disappointed. But if you're actually looking for a good show, television show, that has superhero elements to it, this is it. Like, this is one of the better shows that's on Disney Plus.
The Google AI answer says that production, season 2 is in production and expected to premiere in early to mid 2026. So it will be maybe a little sooner than expected, but that is
well, good. I mean, I'd rather for it to be at least a year. Yeah,
absolutely.
A year away. Like normal shows used to be. It's like I just don't know. Like, it'd be like, every 2 years. It's like, come on. All right. But yeah, this past episode was great. So now I guess we're coming to the end, and man, I wonder how this is going to end. It's definitely going. I feel like it's going to be a big cliffhanger. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like it's going to be some big cliffhanger happen. I almost feel like a death might happen. I'm just trying to think, like, who's going to die? Who's going to die? The black guy. There was a black woman and a black guy. Darn. They potentially, I guess it could be one of them.
Yeah, kill them together.
I don't know. So what else have I watch. Oh yeah, I watched the majority of the first episode of Devil May Cry. I mean, I watched that. I missed some a little bit in the middle of it because I kind of had it on, and then I kind of went did stuff and came back, and I didn't bother rewinding. But I mean, what I've seen so far, it looked like fun action, anime style, work. I don't know if this is Japanese anime though. It seemed like it's American anime done because I mean I wasn't really paying attention to the lip sync, but it didn't feel like traditional anime that I've seen before. It felt like the Netflix type of anime, like that's been done by Americans and probably a mix of Americans and maybe foreigner, Japanese. But yeah, I mean, it seemed all right. His the character felt like a younger him, attitude and or full of himself and things of that nature. So it's like, yeah, okay, I definitely see that. It's a different. I mean, it's not going by the video game story because I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know what's the so-called quote unquote canon story.
Right.
I remember the story of 3. I remember the story of 1. I didn't play 2. So like 3 was a prequel. So it's definitely not that story. It's like a new take on it's I guess you could say it's a new take on it. So you're going to come in knowing some elements, but it's not going to be a story you followed. So it's like, hey, it's going to be new. But I haven't really looked at reviews. I only saw like one review which said like it was pretty good series. So I don't know. I mean, based on the first one, it seemed all right. I didn't hate it. So like there you go. As far as new things, that's the only show I really watched as of new. Oh, I know on The Simpsons that one of the voice actors, I forgot her name, but she did do the voice in Millhouse. That was one of her characters. I believe Todd also, which I'm like, oh, there was 2 different voices for the brother too.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been the same voice, but
Pamela Hayden.
And yes, and she did Jimbo, one of the bullies.
They're gonna kill off all those characters,
oh.
huh, Dominic?
And I'm like, oh, she didn't. There was the same voice for all the bullies. So I was like, I mean, except for whatchamacallit, the one that's always with Bart. But yeah, I'm like just thinking like, man, can this show just end? Like, like she's 70-something years old.
I was gonna say this woman is 71 years old. Jeez.
Yeah. And I'm like, good God. I'm like, yes, these guys are old. Like, I just remember seeing them when I first saw them in like the 90s, how long they because I ain't taking nothing away from her now. I mean, I think probably for size one, she's probably an attractive woman. But I remember she was fairly an attractive woman. Like, I remember, that's the mind I see her, is what I see her back in like the 90s or something, or maybe late 2000s. I mean, not late 2000s, early 2000s. And it's like, man, she's like a grandma's age or something. I don't know what she got in kids, but I'm saying like, good God. And because I remember like when Bart's the person talking for Bart, like she had a baby or something, and like that kid's an adult now. And that's why I was thinking, it's like that kid's an adult, like that kid's a full adult now. Like it's like it's. Like, yo, this show should not have lasted this long. I give it that it's amazing that this one show has lasted this many years. But it's also sad. It's like, man, it's only had 10 good years, really. And I mean, like, that's a quality show for me personally. And and a lot of other people like who originally watched it. Now, I looked on people's comments with her, and there were some people who were saying like, well, I hope they don't just stop those characters and replace them. And I was like, wow, I guess these are one of the people that still watch the show, because I'm just thinking like I could give a damn what they do, because it's like who cares? It's like, man, I don't know who watches the show. Obviously somebody does. And yeah, that's where I realized, okay, there are people still watching the show. because this guy apparently cares for those characters that he said he don't want them to end because she left. He said, I get it. And then one person was even, I think it's a person saying like, it's like easy money. It's like, why she want to stop or something? I was just like, what the fuck? Like, dude, some people just want to move on. Everybody wants to just stay. I was like, she got it.
No, she should do this voice until she dies, Dominic. Are you telling me they haven't evolved AI yet to take all of like her clips and just make a voice to do the rest of these characters until the end of time?
I think they have, honestly. I know some people like to say, well, look, I ain't saying AI is everything, but I feel like if they wanted to get there, it can. If they needed to get there, it would get there. Like that's the thing. Unless it's already there. Even though some people like to say, well, AI is not as advanced as y'all think it is, and blah blah blah. And I was like, is that like a coping mechanism? Or like to say like, okay, we're like, man, yeah, I know, yeah, we're always gonna have problems with something. That's true, but if they put in the work and stuff to really get it done, they get it done. And yeah, I feel like they could, but I think that's the whole thing with the protests and stuff. You know, that won't happen.
I don't know. The Simpsons contracts seem like the exact ones that would allow this to happen before anything else.
Yeah, it's just like I think somebody mentioned about Marge saying like, man, like they probably need to get need for Marge. It's like for she stops or something. But then some people are saying like, oh, she's actually fine. If you haven't been watching latest episodes, she sounds better or something. And I guess
God, she's
like
74.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah. All these people are up there. Like. Who isn't a senior citizen who's all the starting cast?
Right.
Like that's what I want to know. Like I think everybody can get Social Security checks now.
They probably.
It's ridiculous. It's like that. I mean, it must be just so much money. I just don't know the popularity of it, man. Because like I said. People
I don't
quote
know,
when I was looking at these quotes.
The post that you sent, it's like my kids are into the show that I used to watch.
Yeah, I know. I see somebody. Yeah, because somebody said my favorite thing about the show, and I think they didn't finish the thought right. Because they said favorite thing about the show is that I watched the first episode and I'm still watching it now, and my kids are watching it now. And the guy replied and said, "So your favorite thing of the show is that you still watch it?" It's like because he didn't. I was like, yeah, he didn't word it right. Because that was. But then one guy said that's not a flex. Somebody said that's not a flex. It's like that's horrible, man. I mean, the guy just still enjoys it. That's fine. I envy him. I envy that he can still enjoy the show. Really, it's like man, because I can't. And that's for instance, is still my favorite show. Like over like those first 8, like the first 8 definitely like the best television to me like ever. Like it's up there as some of the best television ever. Those first 8. I mean, because yeah, I know some people talk about the first season like, oh, it's kind of a little iffy. But I get it. I mean, I understand like that's the first shows, and also they have their moments for their time. For that time, that was good. And then like just the jokes and stuff and how they still hold up, man. I still watch these episodes. Like every now and then I start like it hasn't been a year I have not watched a Simpsons episode. That's the thing. I've seen a Simpsons episode at least all my life. I mean, ever since it's been on. Yeah. At least I don't know. I can't even say at least once. Because it's more than once. It's always more than once I watch it. It's probably more than like 20 episodes I see every year. Because I just have it on sometimes. I just be going to sleep. Sometimes I put the Simpsons on if I can fall asleep on it. And it's always those seasons. Sometimes I put the latest seasons on now, like because Disney Plus, just have it on, and I'll just go to sleep, and and then I also be like just to look to see like, man, I don't know why like how this still lasts because I like these later seasons, but. Hey man, yeah, good. I mean, good on her. I mean, I'm happy. I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, like it's sad, like to know, like, oh, she's retiring. Like it's basically over, even though technically for me it was over years ago. But good on her, you know what? Happy that she found life, like she can to move on. And man, just showing like, man, how we're at a time, man, like we're always at a time like these people like we know are old, or either they pass away or they retire for or something. And yeah, and Simpsons, they're barely holding on. Like the main family is still around. Like we still haven't got to the point where the main family is gone yet. But we have got to a point where we've seen some regulars gone, either from passing or, in this case, retire.
Yeah.
So what else we have here? I guess we're to what we've been playing. So yeah, I guess I'll go ahead because the game you play is what I played.
Yep.
So you have you played Blue Mansion?
I played a very little bit of it, and then my daughter kind of took over, and then I never got back to playing it yet.
Okay. Is it called Blue Mansion? Because I think I put the wrong
It's
title.
Blueprints.
Okay, yeah.
Blueprints, which is a play on the word blueprint, because you're kind of moving around the floors and whatnot.
Blueprints, yes. Yeah, because I'm about to say I saw another save there, and I was like, I don't remember saving twice in like two things. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I played the new game. Well, I'll get to that. First I'm gonna start off Unicorn Overlord. I finally got a chance to play that, and no, I did not buy it on the Switch. I did it the way you're not supposed to do it, but I wanted to try it out. On the PC through the Region X, and it plays all right up there. It plays okay. And the game, man, the game is pretty good. I mean, I played the demo before of the game, and I thought it was pretty neat. And yeah, man, this is really well done. Tactical RPG you got here set up. It's like you go through the map, like you walk through the overworld map, and you can talk to people and stuff. And then you see enemies, you fight them, and it's basically almost like an auto fight, but you set up your group. And like you have a group of people, and it starts off with just 2, and then you can upgrade to like have a third person in the group, and then you have like a group. You have multiple groups also, so you have like a group of 3 guys, another group of 3 guys, and then you have each one be set up in a way that's strategic for you. Like you might have a knight and a magician or something, or an archer in this group, and then you might have maybe a knight and some type of like guard guy or something with a big shield or something. So like, yeah, it's a tactical thing, and like as you go on, you upgrade to get more soldiers and have more groups in your army. And then when you go to fight, you deploy them. You only get deployed by so many. If you want to deploy some more, you have to use items. Also, you got strategies where you're like, hey, and also based on your group, who you make the leader, you have special abilities with that specific group that can do things. And then as you fight on, you get Valor, which you can use abilities from everybody. I mean, like multiple people in your group, and you can pick which one you want to use. It's very deep, but it's very easy to get into. Like it's not complicated. It's really it's very a very deep, like simplified tactical game. Like these are the ones I really like doing. I love these type of tactical games that are like not like they can be very deep, but the way they explain it and the way they show it, you can get to it pretty easily and fast. Like sometimes it's like on PC, man, it is a lot, man, and like it's almost like studying, like calculus and shit, and like you really gotta really look and read and shit like that, like to really understand what the fuck is going on. And that's why I always end up sometimes just using cheats for I can if I make mistakes, it won't hurt me. But yeah, and this has a nice story, though. I did look up to see, because it's a lot of times you can get to a part where you can either execute an enemy or bring them to your army.
Mhm.
And I wanted to know, like, oh, what's the benefit of executing them? I want to know because sometimes I want to kill them
Your
because just like,
bloodlust
hey, they're enemies.
rises.
Yeah. No, there is, and that's what somebody says. Like, yeah, there is no actual benefit from executing. Like, you might as well just like bring them on as they have it. Like, there's no story element. Like, it's no strong story element to it or nothing. That's like, oh, that's disappointing. That's a little disappointing. Like, they give you a choice to do that, and really, it's just, I guess, like someone said, is to make the game harder for you. Like, because you can't use that character who's has a certain ability. And I guess you can go through. I guess you can go through the game like that, where it's like, oh yeah, I played through a harder way. I didn't get the characters, but other than that, like there's nothing to it. So that kind of sucks. So I just might as well not kill him. I think I actually, yeah, I think I killed one guy before. Now I kind of regret regret it. But yeah. So and then I like this video of people just executing, like they show all the executions, like you just executing people. Like you don't see him execute them. He'll just say like, yes, he said like he'll tell somebody like yes, please deal with him or something, and then it's it goes to another scene.
Yeah.
Like it's not bloody like that. It's not that type of game. Yeah, this game, it's not a bloody game. It is. I mean, these are the guys that do make those voluptuous, characters.
Yes.
like they got these witches who, I guess they're doing a spell, but they are just shaking their booty, like they're just shaking it.
The original
like
Marvel rivals,
their hips.
the thickest of thighs.
Yes, they are just shaking their hips like a hula girl and doing the spells and wearing like barely anything. This got like long stockings and then like something to cover their breasts and showing all the belly. Yeah, they do have that, but not as much as the game I used to have. What was it called? Something Dragon's Crown.
Yeah.
It's not as much as Dragon's Crown. Like, at least what I've seen. No, it's not. It's not a whole lot of big, like chest. Like, I mean, there's some, but not as like them. Like very showy and just out there.
So you're saying they've gone woke, Dominic?
Yes, they have. They have gone woke. Yes.
Probably took all the camel toes out too, I'm sure.
The game is great. Like, I definitely would have loved it if I had played it last year. And I guess like the only places to play it is on the PS4 and PS5 and the Switch. It might be on. I don't know if it's on PS4 or not. It might be. I have no idea. Because they don't put their games on PC. Apparently, they're one of those. They almost like Nintendo. They're scared. They're scared of the the bigger world out there.
The outsiders.
So they kind of and it's like, wow, like you will get so much sales. Like, see, Sega, they finally woke up years ago to do it, and that helped them. Like, and Capcom came, and I don't know who came first between Capcom and them. Square Enix eventually came. It's like, but nah, man. Like, some of these companies, man, they just be very afraid. Atlas finally came over.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of Sega. They're technically part of Sega. And it's just some of these companies. It's like, what are you afraid of? It's like you can't. You gotta look at these other guys and say like they're doing well. It's like, dude, these people want to play your game. Like, you could get more sales on this, and you don't have to build a box. It ain't like you gotta make this distribution of the physical disc or anything. So yeah, whatever. All right. What else have I played? Diablo 3 kind of just shadow dropped on me.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't know it was coming out for Game Pass.
Oh, nice.
You didn't know? So yeah, it probably was a shadow drop then. Yeah, because I didn't hear no announcement for that. unfortunately, I guess, and I wish Microsoft would say this officially. I mean, if they did, we missed it because I don't remember us ever talking about it. That because of that lawsuit or deal, whatever, they can't give us Blizzard games through cloud gaming. I never saw anything officially from them though,
Yeah.
saying that.
And if that's
So
the case, like, how come they're not available on like Ubisoft streaming or whatever? Because they're the ones that picked up the rights. But I thought that was just in Europe.
Exactly, and that's what I'm confused on. Because then it's like, is it just Blizzard games? Because Crash Bandicoot can be streamed, and that's Activision.
Yeah, that's weird.
So that was us. So it's like, what Pacific games are these? Did they say like, these games like the Diablos and the Overwatch and them, like they say those games just can't do it? Yeah, I mean, and Call of Duty can. Call of Duty can be streamed. That's Activision. So is it like just Blizzard games? And I think that's crazy. Because Diablo 3, I would actually rather play that on console because I like to play a controller. Because Diablo 3 was originally a PC game and it's different. It plays a lot different, and I get that why they didn't have controller support for that because the way it's set up. While Diablo 4, it was more, it came out at the same time as the console, so they have controller support, and it changes. Like when I move my controller when I play Diablo 4, like the whole screen just has to change because it has to format to like a console or something like that. So
I wonder
I get it.
I wonder if it has something to do like with the streaming stuff. If it has something to do with the Blizzard launcher, like those games installing through that technically, like BattleNet or whatever, and therefore there's like some
but I'm saying why can't they? Oh, you think even
just like
even
it would take
console?
more work, so they haven't gotten around to doing it, as opposed to like the Activision games, which would have been available on like Steam or Epic Store or whatever.
I mean, because I feel like the console is still would be easy.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's what it would be console anyway.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's like, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like, yeah. That's. I mean, even if that's the case, then that's just laziness. That's that. I mean, they can work around that shit. That ain't that hard. And thing is, I think you can play Diablo 4 on NVIDIA GeForce. I think that is a thing. So GeForce Now thing. So I was playing some of that, and yeah, I mean, I kind of used to it on because it's not complicated. Like it's not fast paced. I mean, it's not like a shooter playing on keyboard and mouse. Where playing through like this like an action RP, like an action looter shooter. I said looter shooter. Like loot hack and slash looter is it's a whole lot easier to do a mouse. Like all I do is I click over here and I walk and then I click and hit and then I have to hit the certain button where I do my special moves or something. Yeah. It's easier for me with controller. I mean, it's comfortable. That's the way the thing is. It's more comfortable for me with controller, but I can play it, and I do like that game. And I this comes with the expansion because I never did play that one. So I'm kind of I'm starting from the beginning. I think you can start with expansion and they just level your character up. I'm not sure, but I'm starting from the beginning because I can't transfer my character from, first of all, I'm under your name, so I can't do that anyway. But I don't think, I couldn't transfer my console character over anyway. So, so I played some of that. Also the big thing, I finished Dragon Age, Veilguard.
Nice.
And look, the overall story, pretty good. The ending was okay. It does have like a cliffhanger thing after the credits. Whatever.
Unfortunate.
There's an ending with this. And then it has a thing of like, these whoever these guys are, they're saying like almost like they had their hand in everything that's happened in all 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
And now they say now we can rise or something, whatever the hell they're supposed to be. So I mean, I think there's speculation on that. I have to go. I haven't looked at no forums or nothing on anything about the ending of this game, but I don't even want to because I'm like, I don't know if or when they will ever do this.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not even going to put myself through that shit. So I'm just going to just let it be that this is it. This is the end. This is the first of the Dragon Age games, and probably of the BioWare games between Mass Effect and them, where there is no like sex scene or anything.
Oh,
Like, yeah, like you are with your partner and it goes to black, but you just kind of sit there and talk or anything. I was kind of curious to see what Neckendorf looked like there. And now I will never know.
not until the sequel.
Yeah, how BioWare used to always go really hard with that stuff. They really just tamed it. Like they just tamed everything in this game, really. Like they
these days just aren't doing it, Dominic.
Nope, we're not. Yeah, we're not having babies, Daniel. Yeah, but like the overall story was all right, but it's the execution definitely could have been better. Though I give it that last scene with like the going through the last final bosses or whatever. I mean, that was well done. I mean, the action and stuff was well done. With that, it's just that with the whole overarching story, like, and these guys who you're with, it's just that, man, these characters, I wish they were better, or better written.
Yeah.
Though, like, they give you these choice, but you know what? It's some cheap stuff that happens, and little spoiler alert. Like, you get to a point where a character dies, and you don't know if they're gonna die or not. Like, you get a choice of like, hey, you tell this character to cover this team, and like while you cover this part, like this team, like you split up. And thing is, the character you send over there is only 2 characters you can pick. So the character you send over there dies, which that's also a little limiting because I think it was old BioWare, they would have gave you almost all the characters you can pick and just have something for them. Also, the thing is, it's a little cheap because it's like, well, I mean, I wouldn't call it cheap because I mean they do this in one of Mass Effect, between Kate and Ashley, but see with that you kind of knew they were going to die, because the one you picking were dying.
Right.
This gave the implication that hey, if you maxed out like this character's stuff doing like you did all their side quests.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it felt like Mass Effect 2. Like, oh, you max out all the side quests, they can survive. They can survive the last mission, and that's what I did. So that's what I was thinking is that hey, I'll send in Darwin, the Black Elf, Grey Warden guy. Yeah, man, he gonna cover those guys because he's like a leaderish guy. He's more of a leader than anybody else I freaking with. So I felt like was smart enough for him. It was either him or the dwarf girl. And I was like, well, technically my character is. I said, technically I want her to be close with me and I guess story element. She's kind of the person I love. So yeah, whatever. So man, now I'm being really interested. I had sent her, but I kind of wish I did send her. Because I liked. He's like my favorite character, and because he's the one that has the Griffin. So they both die. They have him and the Griffin die. Like he dies, and the Griffin goes down after him and just dies. And that's what somebody says. Like, why they can't let the Griffin just live? Why they can't at least do that? And so, like, they really is just going to have him and the Griffin just die? And it's like, and that's what somebody was like, damn, man. So I had to do it again because I had to send over her. Well, somebody's like, man, I'm so glad y'all told me this. I got spoiled on this because now I know who I'm sending. And so I'm sending her. It's like, yeah, I said, damn, I would send her too. Because I ain't care. Because I got what I wanted out of her, Daniel. So I ain't care if she dies. Anyway, yeah, I was like, darn. I said, damn. Because I was really thinking like, oh, so I guess something's gonna happen where he comes back or something. And I was like, oh no, he's dead. I said, damn. And then I was thinking like another woman who you sent. I think it was 2 characters you can pick to send over to do something else with some magic.
Mm-hmm.
You had to pick these 2 mages. Between these 2 mages was she got like some of the they call it the blight, like this black goo stuff, like to make you evil in her. And I'm thinking like, oh, did she die too? But nah, she doesn't die. Like she lives. But I think if you don't, these other characters can die if you don't do all, like you don't max them out. They have a chance to die. I think it's almost reminds me of the Mass Effect 2 last mission, but it's not totally like it. But like I say this in overall game, like the choices and like they're not great. It's not great as the other games. Like it's pretty limited, and it's almost limited to the point for there won't be more work for them to do. Mm-hmm. And also your choice of dialogue, like I said before, is that how you can't really be a badass or a tight ass or like someone who's just like, hey, I'm just all about business and like fuck these guys. Like, oh, I say I don't care about helping civilians. I just want to go ahead and just kill the monster or something like that. Yeah. You can't be that guy. You are a hero. Like that's what you look at, and then in the way you talk is like you are a hero. Like you even telling people to be like nice and the hero say yes, right. And like say you're a good person. It's like, dude, I said you don't really give us a choice of our character, really.
We are all Captain America here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's like, man, y'all really I don't know. It's like I don't know why y'all chose this route. And plus in that, I mean, I say, well, y'all chose a route of something where, yeah, like I said, y'all don't have to do much work of changing things because now everybody's the same character, so you can't be like, oh, your actions because you did this is going to change everything because it's like it's not that many choices like that. It's only been like 2 big things that really happen in the game based on the choices you do, and that's like one city getting destroyed because you got to pick between 2 cities to save, and that's the biggest thing. But overall, like it's a fine game. Like the story's okay. This particular characters are not like Tosh is the worst, I believe, of all the characters. While the what should we call it, the woman who's the mage who has the hat on, I forgot the Teventer mage woman. She's boring. She talks very boring. And yeah, it has a lot of other problems with the game. Like I'll say this, like overall compared to how Mass Effect Andromeda was, like I think this is a well-made game, a better made game than that game was. Maybe overall, maybe it is better than that game. I have to play that game again. But it's just like so much potential was in that with this game. It's better made game. Like gameplay wise, I think it's better than Inquisition. Like gameplay, even though I do wish they let you control other characters. Yeah. I don't like that you just control your character. Yeah, I think gameplay wise, like going through actual like the levels and environments is well done in this game. Is tighter. Is like it's not a big open world with empty stuff. I give it that. They did a good job on that. But I think that's and the overarching story, but the whole elements and dialogue and other things is just it's just not well done. Yeah, it's a little disappointing. It's a little disappointing with this game. But it's all right. It's not an awful game. So I mean, I will say that. It's not a DEI game, I guess. And if it is, I mean, whatever. It's like, I don't know.
If it is, you're too DEI pill, Dominic. You wouldn't even know.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, like, is what is? I guess it really is. What's your definition of DEI? I guess it is. If it's anything with anything minority in it, then yes, it is a DEI game. It is a DEI game. If you're not in for that, then yeah, definitely don't play it.
Don't play this game if you like minorities.
Yeah. If you don't like minorities, if you don't like yeah. So now let's talk about the games we played. So I guess I'll start with the Blueprints.
Yeah.
Which you played a little. You see, you only played a little of.
Yeah, very little bit.
Yeah. So Blueprints is a roguelike puzzle game. I guess if you want to compare it to things, what comes to mind for me is Myst. I'm sure there are other games that are actually more current to mention, but I didn't play those games. Maybe, I don't know, Talos Principle. I have no idea.
Witness,
I didn't play that game, so
thrown around a lot.
Okay, Witness. Yeah. Yes, and that's the one I don't like because I don't like the developer.
Yep.
So the so you are in this home which your uncle has it will give you all his assets because he's died in his will, but you have to solve this puzzle and find something in the house. Well, you remember what it was you're supposed to find in the house?
I don't recall. Something about
his heart. His heart. He had to find his heart.
You need to get to the final room, basically.
Yeah.
Gonna be his dead body, Dominic. That's unfortunate.
Now, the thing with this mansion, though, is not just a normal mansion. It's a mansion that changes form, and you kind of build the rooms as you go. You go in, you got 3 doors in the you're in the main room, the main foray, whatever.
Yeah.
And when you go to a door, it gives you 3 choices of what rooms you want it to be. Do you want it to be a closet? Do you want it to be a hallway which have other doors so you can go to potentially other rooms? Do you want it to be a bedroom, or is some other rooms and I think it's like a kitchen and that has another door? And then you have to look at your blueprint to know where that door goes. Because if it goes to a room that doesn't have a doorway, it'll just be a dead end.
Right.
Where that door is. So, yes. So you get this. So, you're going to, not finish it in your first playthrough. Most likely. Going through that room. That's you got days to do this. And I never got... is there a limit to days? I know it's a limit to steps per day.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because I remember reading I can read his note, and he's like, how many days I got to do this?
You just have to get out of the house every night.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You have to leave the house every night. You can't sleep in the house in the night, I guess, because they don't want you to see how magically the rooms go away.
They don't want you to be in a room that just poofs out of existence.
It disappears. Yeah. You'll be in some some dimension. It's
Still let me sleep in the foyer.
So you do this, and some of these rooms have puzzles, and sometimes you have items you can collect, like coins, keys, and gems, because keys unlock potentially other rooms. Gems also do the same thing.
Oh, okay. I saw the gems, coins, but we hadn't collected any of those yet.
Okay, and you said we.
My daughter, like I said, was playing the majority of what I witnessed.
Oh, okay. Okay.
My split personalities, Dominic.
Oh, well, then you're cheating, Daniel. I don't. I think he said you can't bring anyone else along. It only can be you. Any
hints. I was spectating.
Anyway, and also the coins can be used to, if you get somewhere. I did get on this place, you can buy stuff with it to potentially get items to use. I remember first
there's
item,
a healthy economy inside this house.
Yes. First thing I ever did was the room I built was a closet, and in a closet, I had a metal detector, so it helped you find gems and stuff, that you can't see or anything.
Yeah, because that is the advantage of
like,
those rooms that don't necessarily have exits. Is a lot of times they'll tell you like, there's 2 items in here that you can get.
Yeah, or some rooms be like, hey, we'll give you extra steps. You only get 50 steps per day, so they might say, hey, you get extra steps. There's some rooms that take away coins or steps, like or more steps. Every time you pass through them. I didn't really pay attention. I read it, but I didn't pay attention like to the it was like the cathedral or something like that, the church, whatever.
Oh, okay.
And I went through and I heard a noise. And I kept going back and forth until I didn't hear a noise award that I saw I had no 0 coins. I was like, oh.
It's the man picking them out of your pocket, Dominic.
Yeah. I was like, who? What is this? I said, what is this noise? I said, what is this noise I keep hearing? Just like, yeah, and like some of these rooms have these puzzles that happen, and some of those puzzles, I think they become randomized, so it won't be like, oh, I'm just gonna solve it the same way I did before.
Right.
I did see somebody's playthrough, and they did the same puzzle I did, and it was different. And I was like, okay, because I was like, that'll be kind of stale. I was like, oh, just do this, even though it'll be easier. But yeah, so I'm only on like day 4, I think, right now. Just playing through this game, and yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's really interesting. Like I'm very curious to see where it goes, and it even tells you like you might want to take notes. And I was really hoping that it was just like, oh, he's telling my character that, and he has a journal because I'm not writing anything. And no, you got to write stuff, and which I'm not. Like when I get to the point and I don't remember something, I'm just gonna go on the internet. Like I don't have time. Like as much as I want to really delve into it, I don't have the time for that, man. Life's too freaking short. So I'm just gonna try it and go with memory. I mean, even though I see some people say they didn't have to write anything down. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot here because I remember I opened an observatory, and even they had us a book. It showed like, oh, on this day it says on one of the stars or something like you'll get this item on this day. You get. I said, whoa. So it's based on days. It's like, I guess potentially. I guess if I get to those days, I mean, I guess potentially I can solve this place before I get to those days. But I have to know like, oh, there's something I can get on that certain day.
And it seems like one of those types of games that would have multiple endings. Like you could finish it per se, but you might not, have resolved all of the riddles of the house.
And there's also a butler that follows you everywhere in this game.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm just joking. I'm just thinking.
So
I'm thinking about like Laura Croft. No. I'll be scared of shit if that happens.
You just look down. Oh no, I forgot to put my pants on this day.
Yeah. And there was like a guys follow you, man. I wouldn't play the game. But it looks like it's a lot because one time I was walking around outside and I saw things. So I was like, oh, I can do stuff out here too, potentially, if I had items or something like that. I saw like someone talking about it on, I think, Twitter. Someone like, oh, this Blueprints game is cool. And I was like, oh, I want to try it. And I don't think it came out yet. And I think they just had like early copy. So I was keeping an eye out for this. I was looking on Steam. I didn't know it was coming to Game Pass, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I was shocked because I was looking, it's like, say, should I get this game? And then I just went to Game Pass, about to play a game, and I saw that up there. So, oh my God. Thank God. Praise Jesus. So yeah. So definitely, if you got Game Pass, you can just try this game out, see if you like it. I forgot how much it costs. Like on Steam. Unless Game Pass got a sale too.
On Steam right now, it's $26.99 with 10% off sale.
I don't know why I put Brian Prince up here. I don't know why I got
proper name.
That. The you said they got it for how much? You said
$26.99. It's 10% sale,
yeah,
so it's $30
that's a sale.
regular.
Yeah, yeah, and I wonder, yeah, do Xbox do that?
Does Xbox put things on sale when it launches?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Rarely.
Like, do they have? Yeah, I'm curious because
Although this is also on PlayStation Plus Premium, I believe, as well. So.
Oh, okay, it's up there too. All right, that's good.
Yeah.
So you got two places to play. Is this also on Switch?
I don't think so. I don't think it's on Switch at all yet.
It's going to be on the Switch
game,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it can play easily on the Switch.
Probably, yeah, because the art style is pretty simplistic too. It's pretty flat shaded stuff.
Now, here's a question, because with the Switch, they like some of Digital said, "Oh, this is potentially like a PS4."
Yeah.
But they told me the Switch was potentially like a 360 and PS3, and it turns out that wasn't, or at least it don't play like it does. So are they lying to me again?
I mean, I think it's a lot up to the developers, right? Like the hardware is capable of a certain level of power, but whether that's, because when you say like it's not as powerful as the 360, right? You're saying that because they ported 360 games to it and they didn't run as well, right? That's basically what yeah. I am of the belief that there is a good chance that those games were maybe just not optimized. I think
I really, that's what I want to think. And I mean, either
you
way,
look at
it's
something
it's
like
horrible.
Super Mario Odyssey, right? And you go like, yeah, this maybe shouldn't run as well as it does because it looks incredible and whatnot. But I think there's a level of it too where it's like, are they saying like it should be capable of that performance on the 1080p screen that it's running in the system, or are we talking like the 4K prowess that it's touting, in the dock? So
yeah.
I mean it's hard though because obviously we're really only gonna see Nintendo put the most amount of work into making sure those games run effectively on their system.
Potentially. Except for they didn't do it, except for Pokemon games, I guess.
Well, that's a whole other problem.
And the Zelda game.
Yes,
and the Zelda game.
Absolutely.
See, that scares me. It's like I didn't expect that for Nintendo. That was, I said, that would never have happened when Reggie was there.
We definitely need to bring Reggie back. Get that welcome center game packed in that box.
Yeah, exactly.
$10.
He said that game would never be $10. Yeah, and there's another thing people are always saying, like, it's only $10.
Yeah, exactly. It's only $10. So why can't Nintendo just give it to us for free? Don't make that argument for me. I said that last week. Like there's no winning for them. Like even if I mean the winning is if I give them $10, but even if I give them $10, I'm not going to feel good about it because it's only $10, which means it would cost them less to just have packed it in the box. And if it's any more than that, then there's no way, like a majority of people are buying it, I would hope.
Buying it.
And if it's any less than that, additionally, why can't you just pack it into the box?
Because it's like you saying, if it's only $10, it's like, is it worth buying? If it's only $10, is it worth?
I think, I think they're gonna get, unfortunately, and again, I kind of temper this a little bit because like. I'm not gonna say I'm definitely not gonna buy this thing. I mean, we'll see what reviews.
I thought you were definitely buying it, Daniel.
Well,
you have to buy. You have to buy it for the podcast.
For the podcast, exactly. That's I'm gonna buy it for the podcast. I'm gonna write it off and then not get anything back for that because I don't actually have any business income coming in. But the reality is, I wonder if they're like, we're going to. What's that?
I said you got love coming in.
Oh, okay.
You got love.
I wonder if they're putting this out at $10 because they know people will buy it because they walk into the store let's say they buy the one with Mario Kart and they want another game and they go, these games are $80. Oh, this is $10. I'm going to get this. Whether that be a parent for their kid or even, you know, someone close to their 40s like myself. Oh, God, I hate saying that out loud, Dominic. You know, oh, hey, this is $10. It gives me a little more to experiment with this console. You know, and they looked at that math and they were like,
and I don't feel like reading the manual. I don't feel like reading the manual.
Exactly.
So this game will tell me how to use it.
Give me the little walkthrough guy, and yeah. So I unfortunately believe this will sell enough to justify them for having charged.
No, that I hope this just sells like hotcakes, like everything. Just to tell you, this is what they can tell me. I don't need to be here anymore. This is not what I need to be. I need to go away.
Well, Mike Johnson's already telling you that, Dominic. He's telling you shouldn't be sitting at home playing video games. You should be joining the workforce and being one of God's soldiers or whatever.
Yeah. Like what? Let's join the workforce. Work at Walmart, right?
Yep.
That's what it is.
Well, I mean, that job's not going to exist anymore. He wants you to build iPhones.
I was about to say, yeah.
Well, game consoles, because iPhones are exempt from the things now.
So I have to go to China or something?
Nope, we're going to build them here.
I want to be a slave?
We're going to build them here.
You'll build them here. Yeah,
we're going to send you to China to get trained by the 5-year-old that's currently doing it. And then we're going to bring you over here, and we're going to pay you minimum wage to put tiny screws into little devices.
All right. Yeah, so the other game we played was South of Midnight.
Yeah.
That's the new Xbox exclusive game. And you can go ahead and talk.
Sure. Yeah, you've been talking for a while. So, yeah, I probably played about an hour and a half or so of this. I'm at the beginning of chapter 3 now. I'm not sure how many chapters there are, but from what I saw, it looks like about 9 hours for the main storyline of this. So have you seen
100 chapters?
What's that?
What it means. It's 100 chapters.
Oh no.
Yeah.
If
they're
you've
very
seen
quick.
The game, it's basically they take a almost very, very stylistic, almost like stop motion animation approach to it. You play as this young black woman in the South. Basically, there's a storm at the beginning of the game. Her house and her mother gets flushed down the river. And so far, my goal has been to try and save her. As you go through the game, you're getting these like knitting powers almost. And you're able to fight enemies and control objects. It very much feels like a game from like a 360 era. It made me feel, or even earlier than that, I guess, now that I think about it, like, because I was thinking like the Star Wars game, like Force Unleashed. It has kind of a feeling of that. Relatively simplistic combat with powers of pulling and pushing things. But you could take this even as far back as like Psyops, or Double Sight, or whatever that other Second Sight, the other one that came out around the same time, and has a similar thing. It definitely has the gameplay of something older. It doesn't feel as modern, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, or at least for me, it's not, coming from playing those games originally. I did initially find that the camera was a little intrusive, as far as like it directs you where to go. Like it will literally grab you and turn very dramatically to point me in the right direction. It's not subtle. You do have a more, I'd say subtle, because you can choose to turn it on and off. But it does, if you press in the right stick, it'll just have like a little wispy thing that tells you the direction of the next objective. I mentioned it, the combat, very simplistic so far, at least. You have your attack. You have, if you hold down the attack, a stronger attack that also does like a little bit of distance. You also have a dodge roll.
I think that's only if you unlocked it, though.
Oh, the distance is only if you unlock it?
Yeah, I thought with the charge attack, because unless it was that supposed to be more damage, I guess, or it does something different.
Yeah, it does kind of like it does. I thought it was just like a stronger hit, but then when I was in the upgrade menu, and I don't know if I upgraded it to add it, but it just seemed like it also like pushed out a little bit. Like I could do it
Yeah, I
from
mean, maybe
afar
that's
a
what it
little
did.
more.
Maybe that's what it did. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I honestly didn't really use it too much because the enemy patterns early on are pretty much like, okay, I can do up to a 5-hit combo, but I'm only going to get 2 hits in before I have to dodge.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, because they attack very fast, and
Yeah.
if I do the yeah,
And
it
it's
has to
not
be
like
in a
my
way.
attacks are breaking them from their animations to
No,
attack.
they're not. The animation, that's I think that's a problem. Yeah, I had a problem with that
Yeah.
because it's like,
So that's why I say like
and then with the
the
whole
combat is very simplistic so far.
and the whole push and pull, it charges up too slow. So because they tell me you can pull and like the fly and shoot it, and I was like, okay, but I accidentally put the push first, and I was like, oh, well then I'm fucked.
Yeah. I can only do it
I have to
every
wait till it
minute and a
charges
half
up.
or something like that.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, I push this fly over, and then I hit it. Another fly comes, but my thing is it's still charging up.
Yeah.
It's not quick. I wish it was like a like in Force Unleashed was like, hey, you got like force power bar.
Oh yeah, I can
that's
just spam
overall.
this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it like and then like I'll run out. Okay, it's fine. I ran out, but not when I hit the button and like I use it, and then I have to wait for that charge.
Yeah,
I end up
cool
putting
down.
cheats on because I was like, this is making combat.
I
more
wonder how
mature
far into
now.
the game they juice that up a little bit and reduce that, or if that ever
Yeah,
happens.
it's probably. I mean, you probably have to. Yeah, well, I think you have to. Maybe you have to level that up. But I'm just thinking that I don't know. I feel like that shouldn't be a level up. I mean, it should be. Yeah, it should be a level up that goes up faster, but not. It shouldn't be that slow at the beginning. I feel like,
Yeah.
especially if you're teaching me that this is what you do.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. I said then like I gotta pull and then push, but this doesn't charge up like quickly or anything here. The comment stuff. I mean, like it feels okay when I put these cheats on. I'm okay with it. Yeah, I know, like using the powers and stuff. Like, yeah, it's all right. It's not great. The platform is definitely not great. Like, I did not like the jumping on ledges, especially when you're in the swamp area in chapter 3, jumping on those tree stumps and stuff. I did not like that at all. But I do like you finally get glide. You can glide now.
Okay.
But like what intrigues me about this is the look of the game.
Yeah,
Like I like the look of it and the story. The story is what really keep me going in this game. I like the dialogue. I like how they talk. I like the whole thing of you seeing these spirits and seeing like spirits from the past. And especially in chapter 3, I kind of can see where the story might be going with you seeing not just because what you first see is like, oh, these spirits, like these slaves escaping, but then chapter 3 you meet somebody and you kind of see their story of the area of like these two brothers or something, and I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool, like how you can go around and get an idea of like what's this story and what happened. Yeah, man, it's a good looking game. I do like, yeah, like I said, I do like enjoy the story. That's where I'm really coming from. I wish the combat was a little tighter. Like I wish it was tighter combat with this. That it could really been okay. Like even if there was tighter combat, I wouldn't call it like great, but it would at least be better as far as just going through the game. Yeah, because like the reviews I see, like the good reviews I see about this game is usually around the 8s or so, and I can see that. I can definitely see that. I wish it was something better, with the combat to make it like a whole like better game, but but the story is what keep me going and the look of the game. And there might be some of the things elements later on because I heard cause I seen some things about like a puppet, like it looked like something that like a Stitch puppet, like you see at the beginning of the game. You know, you start up. I think you do some things with that thing, and I'm thinking like, okay, I'm curious to see what that's all about. But yeah, man, I mean, it's just definitely a different type of setting. The closest thing I can think of was like Mafia 3. Like Dylan in the excuse me, like almost like Louisiana area. I mean, technically Infamous did, but come on, man, that was like a very fancy, like not really totally realistic game.
Yeah.
I mean, Mafia was the closest thing, like to a more realistic setting. Mafia 3, and like dealing with that and like real like what like doing the time or something like that. And this is like more current time, but dealing with I mean, being in that area like after a storm and everything, and just seeing the world through the eyes, you know, of a black girl. Like there's no game like that out there that actually not just black as in like a filter. Like it's like, oh, this is a black girl and that's it. Like not really much meat to the story of that. Like this is something that is actually more substance with it. So yeah, I mean, I'm still at the beginning stage. Like I'm only in chapter 3 also, but I actually went through a bit of chapter 3
Right.
than you did, but I'm not that much further than what you are. So yeah, man, I mean, I think it's so far I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the game.
This is absolutely a solid filler
yeah.
game for Game Pass, like we've talked about in the past. Like you have your big titles, but you need something in between those that's going to keep people subscribed to Game Pass and engaged with the Xbox platform. And I think this does that well enough where some of the previous games have failed a little more.
What was Avowed supposed to be? Was Avowed supposed to be a big one?
I thought
it was.
Avowed straddles the line a little bit.
Yeah, I think it straddles it.
I think it's probably closer to a AAA title or what let's say a prestige title. You know, I think it's closer to a prestige title than one of these more like filler games. I mean, I hate to call them filler games, but they're less prestigious. But you know, it's not Pentiment. You know what I mean? Like that's very much what that game was, where it's also kind of niche. Both this and Avowed are a lot more, I think, less niche. They're more like widespread. Somebody could just come into this and you know, have a lot of fun. The same with Avowed.
You had Indiana Jones, then Avowed.
Yeah.
Was there anything between Indiana Jones and Avowed? I can't think of anything.
No.
But
then you have like Doom coming up.
Well, not Doom. You got something before Doom. You got the Clive.
Oh yeah,
Clive Barker or whatever.
Claire Obscura.
That's a Clive Barker.
Expedition 33. Clive Barker's Expedition 33.
Yeah. That I think that could be a potential big one. Really, that has the potential of being a big RPG.
Mm-hmm. See, I think that comes off as a smaller thing just because it feels a little more niche. But I do believe from more people playing it like over this past month with like the previews and stuff, it definitely does, like you said, have more potential to be that bigger thing. I think it just needs to be good, and then that word of mouth just needs to spread.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It could absolutely get into like the Persona pervs minds.
And then you have the Doom. I mean, I give it to Xbox from like Indiana Jones to Doom. Like they had, that's what, 5 titles.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 5 titles, and so far between them, they've been okay. They've been all right titles. I mean, at minimum, like 7 or so. I mean, yeah, I mean people have their opinions, but I'm just saying, like overall, I think they're like 7 to 8. You know?
Yeah. And then they've also had like their bonuses of like Ninja Gaiden coming out on Game Pass. So they're starting to make that product look a little more worthwhile.
Yeah, and then they finally did. Well, they did put out Diablo 3, so you can play that now. Because some people do have their problems with Diablo 4, and this is Diablo 3 with the expansion, so it's almost like a complete thing. Well, it's almost complete because there is technically it's not an expansion, I don't think, because I think it's just a new character. Like I can't get the Necromancer character because I was trying to pick it, it said no, you have to buy this, and that's another pack. And I was like, oh, well, then you can eat one. I was like, you should have just gave me the freaking ultimate pack then, damn Xbox shit. And I'm mad because I was thinking about like how much it costs. Because can I use my Xbox gift card I got for Christmas from my niece? And no, I can't because you only can use the Blizzard one. And I was like, oh, yeah, because y'all didn't put the ecosystems together. So F you. Or you couldn't at least put it in y'all ecosystem saying like, hey, buy this. And then we'll just put it in the Blizzard thing. You know, it's like, F you. I mean, I could buy it for if I had the X. Well, I do technically have an Xbox One, but I don't want to hook that up. I wish I could just do cloud. That's why I want to do cloud. Yeah. I don't want to hook the Xbox One up. Yeah, so I guess that's it for what we've been playing. So I guess we'll take a quick break. When we get back, we get to the flashback segment.
All right.
And we're back. So let's get to the flashback segment. So we got a new month. We already did covers last week. So we can get right down to games. So we're going to do all the games starting from April, that came out from April 1st till, what's the day? The 13th. So we're going back to 2015, right? That's 10 years ago. I'm doing my math right. All right, so
we can actually skip these first ones here.
Oh, okay. All right, because we already mentioned. Oh, those are special.
Yeah,
they're the Windows edition.
Yeah,
right?
They're versions that came out after the fact with like DLC.
Oh, this is like Dark Souls. Yes, Dark Souls Scholar of this First Sin.
Yeah,
I guess it's they have the DLC or whatever whatever they had with it. So I mean,
I thought we had previously talked about that.
I mean, I thought maybe we talked about Dark Souls 2. I don't know. It's not our game, so hey, I mean, whatever. It's like I know it's a big game in the community, but there you go. I Am Bread came out.
Yeah.
10 years ago. So tell me about this game, Dan.
It's an interesting game where you're basically a piece of bread and you're exploring these, house environments and whatnot.
Bread are finally getting noticed in games, Dan.
Exactly.
They finally doing it, yes.
Yeah, it was pretty simple. If I recall correctly, not entirely like physics based, but you did have like this button controls this corner of the bread and this button controls this corner of the bread. So you kind of had to move around a little bit to actually like wiggle your way through the bread. Yeah, it was a nice little game. It got decent enough scores. I am actually kind of shocked at GameSpot gave it a 5 out of 10. IGN gave it a 7.2. I thought it was maybe a little more well regarded than this, to be honest with you. But I had a decent time. I didn't stick with it for too long, but I thought it was a fun gimmick.
Okay, yeah. I never played it, but I always heard like people had a good time with it.
Mm-hmm.
So was this like before Goat Simulator kind of thing?
I believe it was. What year did Goat Simulator?
For some reason, I always thought I Am Bread was older than 2015. I'm really, to be honest with you.
Oh, Goat Simulator was actually 2014, April of 2014.
Oh, darn. So. Oh, no. I Am Bread was trying to ride on his coattails.
Yep.
But they couldn't do it. There was no I Am Bread 2, was there? Or We Are Bread?
I Am Fish came out, which I also played, which is where you're in like a fish bowl rolling around. And that is, on the Wikipedia page, it listed it as a sequel. I guess I knew that they came from the same developer, but I never really considered them to be like the same thing, even though they are the IM series.
I think at the bread you go to fish. I think that's how that's how it goes.
Yeah. First you get the bread, then you get the fish.
Bread, yeah.
The loaves.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think. Well, wait a minute. I mean, is that what Jesus fed people?
Yep.
No.
God, it was secretly a religious game the entire time.
Now you gotta get wine. That's all right. Excuse me. All right. What we got here? Xenoblade Chronicles 3D came out. This is the re-release of the game. The first re-release. It comes again on the Switch. But eventually. But this is the first time on handheld that you're able to play Xenoblade Chronicles, and of course it has. I guess it had some 3D. It did 3D stuff in it.
You would hope so,
but
since it has it in its name. But I also remember there were a couple of games on the 3DS that didn't have 3D because they were too powerful, basically.
Yeah, and this was something that really took advantage of the new 3DS game. Because I don't know I don't think this was exclusive to it, was it? Maybe it was.
I was gonna say maybe this was, because that's the only one I'm seeing.
This was one of the first one. Yeah. It's one of the ones. Yeah, that were exclusive. Yeah, so it had to be on the new 3DS because it was just too powerful for it. And and that got rated pretty well. I think it got some decent ratings on there. But yeah, this is one of those few exclusives that are on the new 3DS that Nintendo has, so they can make you buy another console again.
The original Pro
people
console.
bought this 3 times. People bought it 3 times, and maybe even 4 times. If there is a Nintendo Switch 2 version of this that'll
be $80.
Yeah, exactly. And look, and every time you paid full price because actually, maybe the 3DS version, the new 3DS version, maybe that had a sale. I don't know. But just think, you were a person who bought it first when it first came out, you potentially buy it at full price every freaking time.
Yeah.
No discount. like this game was new. All right. All right. So where I'm at here. Also, I think that's it. That is it for 10 years ago. So now we're going back 20 years to 2005, and we got Rise of Kashi. Am I saying that right?
I don't know. I want to say Kasai.
Oh, Kasai.
I don't know that I ever really heard
what
anybody
Google
talk
says.
about it because this is, relatively
Kasai.
early. So it's
Kasai. That's what
Kasai.
Oh, Kasai.
What Google
yeah, that's what
Translate
that guy
says.
said. Yeah. So Rise of Kasai was the sequel to the Marker Cry.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that's the woman. And is the woman his daughter or lover? What is it? Which one is it?
Don't know, honestly. This was a game
Or
I
both.
wanted to play.
Or both, like Donald
no,
Trump,
no.
with his daughter.
Jesus. Yeah, this is a game I always wanted to play because, I remember Mark of Cree being super, everybody talked about how it was kind of like a hidden gem, and then this came along. And I don't think this fared quite as well in reviews.
Always call it Marker Cry, Daniel. I'm going to keep calling.
I mean, it might still be again. This is from a time where
it's
it is. Oh, okay, because it's from a time where a lot of people, you didn't hear people talking about games as much as you read about people talking about games.
Yeah,
so. Yeah. So, like it said, this didn't review quite as well. You've got, Edge giving it a 6 out of 10. They're always kind of hard asses. Game Informer giving it a 7 out of 10. GameSpot, 6.8. Game Trailers, 7.7. Game Zone, 8.3. IGN, 7.8.
So why did you mark this, Daniel?
Because it was the sequel to Mark of Cree, and I think Mark of Cree was really cool. So, there.
You like the art style of that game.
The art style was unique at the time.
And the animation was like Disney, right? Was it like Disney?
There was something to that.
People?
Yeah, now that you're saying that, I remember that being something that they kind of.
And that's why you saw that. You saw Disney. It's
I saw Disney.
Beautiful.
Me, no Disney adult Dominic.
But no, Marker Creek was that was a game I want to have, but just that it was other games coming out, so I just couldn't get I just never got it. And I I wouldn't mind playing actually did they ever do
They bring it anywhere
Walker
else?
Creek like remastered,
I think
or did they just
might.
have it? Is it just digitally remastered, like how they did Jack and Daxter?
I was gonna say, I
for
think it
the
might be
PlayStation?
available as like a PlayStation streaming game or something,
Yeah.
but I don't know if
Oh
it
yeah,
ever
it
got.
definitely is. Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, it's
Available. I wonder if they got
$15
the
on the
treatment.
PlayStation Store now, or included
Yeah.
with PlayStation Plus Premium.
But I want to know. I hope those controls are okay. Like I can
Yeah.
just get into them because I know I tried to do Jet Moto. I mean, I know it's not the same thing, but
Oh, don't
but I
ruin
tried to play
Jet Moto for me,
again.
Dominic. Is Jet Moto bad nowadays?
I couldn't. No, I just couldn't get into the controls. Like I could not do turns and stuff. And nothing. I'm all over the place. I'm just motoing all over
I
the
need
place.
Jet
man.
Moto
Oh,
to come
yeah,
back, man. Like how has nobody revisited Jet Moto in the last like 15 years?
I don't know.
Is it just because that was like such a 90s brand? Like it was so like extreme sports pilled or whatever?
Yeah, then they had Mountain Dew commercials.
I think so, yeah.
Logo stuff in the first one.
They definitely had brand logos.
I was definitely drinking the Dew while I was playing it, Daniel.
God, Jet Moto.
I was doing the Dew. I always always like the animation of Walker Creek. When I finally saw it, like I used to read about it, then I saw like a gameplay of it in GameStop, like when they show videos of games. I say, oh man, that does look cool. But I was like, I got these other things I want to get.
Yeah.
All right, so Lego Star Wars, the video game came out. Yes, we talked about this a lot because it was on the cover.
Yeah.
And because, like I said, I got this game. This is what I played this before the movie came out. Man, I was like, hey, this is my way to spoil the movie. So I was like, I heard it, got through it just to see episode 3. And I just saw it in Lego form. I was like, oh, so this is what's going to happen. They're going to have a final fight scene, and then their Lego parts are just going to fall into place.
And then they replace them with robot Lego pieces.
It was a nice, cool game. The whole like pantomime, like them talking, it was funny, it was hilarious. It was like the only time I laughed at Jar Jar Binks. I thought he was funny. It was just.
So you're gonna say this is the only time you've ever laughed at a mime? Maybe also.
There was a mime in there that whatchamacallit, her what's the queen name?
Amidala.
Padme. He's like what was it? Well, her name was Padme.
Yeah.
But what was it? Queen Amidala.
Yeah.
King Abu Dhabi. Because she had that freaking clown makeup on, so she was like a mom.
It's true.
Yeah. It was a cool way of them doing the Star Wars. I mean, that was the start. Yeah, like you said, that was basically the start of the Lego series.
Yeah,
man.
that's the thing. This is the first one.
Yeah. Yeah, man, and it became. I mean, it is so popular, and now they do fully voice acting, and at least now they do at least original voice acting with their stuff. Like at first they were like, "Oh, we got voices now, and we're just gonna put the voices from the movies." Like they did that freaking Lord of the Rings games and stuff. It was just like, I say, "Oh, come on, man." Because that was one that really should be pantomime. I mean, that could have been so hilarious. And I mean, I think it's probably still is funny. They still do funny stuff in there, but it's like, I wish I didn't talk. I wish I didn't talk during it. What else? We got here. We got Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. This is after the popular Midnight Club 2, man. That it sold very well. And also this got the dub stuff, which is no, it's like car porn, magazine. That's the only thing I knew about this car porn and stuff. And like this getting in there, it looks sleek and stuff. I played very little of this game, so I can't really say much about it. But I just knew how popular it was. Like other than Need for Speed, I mean, like Need for Speed and Burnout. Like this is up there. This is like, man, this is like basically almost the last, like we're falling on the last, like the racing genre just being this huge, like having all these games. Like we're really coming at the end, like all these different properties.
Yeah, we really
and
just
that
got
were good.
a couple now at this point.
Yeah, like, and these were good. And it wasn't like just a lot of properties and they're just a whole bunch of junk.
Yeah.
It was junk, but it was also a lot of good too.
Where's Project Gotham Racing when you need
it? And yeah, so, and this is Rockstar. This is Rockstar making more properties. Rockstar had a lot of properties, man, a long time ago. Like, I mean, I want to say a lot, but, well, compared to now, it's a lot. Like, they had more than just two. They had like 5, 6 or so, man. I mean, they had this. They had Smuggler's Run. I mean, Smuggler's Run, I think, stopped by now.
Yeah.
But earlier. They had well, they did do the pool eventually. That was like one of the first games on the next gen. They had Bully.
Table tennis.
Yeah. I said pool. Yeah, it was a table tennis. The
L.A. Noire.
They had Bully, yeah, or LA Noire eventually came out years later, even though it's probably started making now. Who knows? Because
pretty much.
That game took forever. One of the last games for this gen was the Warriors.
Yeah.
I mean, they had some obscure games, like they were a series, but they just came out and made. And like now, you know, I mean, this is all game companies though. They just focus on one and just make as much money as they can from that one. And like with Night Now, it's Grand Theft Auto, and then they might come out with another Red Dead or something. I guess that's the closest thing you're gonna get to like a passion project with them is probably Red Dead.
Yeah.
like instead of like a Warriors like game or the Bully. Oh my god! I just wish they would do a Bully game.
Yeah.
Good God! Or give it to somebody. It don't have to be you. You can have the name and just make the money, but give it to somebody to make.
Give it to Nintendo.
Yeah, no.
Make it switch to exclusive.
Yeah,
this is where you play the kiddie Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's gonna be another Bully. It's just gonna be based off the old game. It's the Switch 2 edition, and you can dress like Mario or something like that, and it costs $80. All right. Also, this is huge. Jade Empire came out 20 years ago.
Yeah.
This is, we talked about this because it was on the cover of the magazine last week. BioWare's last game on this generation of consoles. This game was it was great. Like it was probably their best game. Well, the best game they made on the console. I don't know. I can't compare it to Neverwinter because I never played really Neverwinter Nights. They didn't do 2. That was a city. But they Neverwinter. So I'm not going to do that. But on console, this is probably the best game. Really. And it was well done. It was original. Like original story. I mean, like original game and everything. Like not based off a license. And yeah, man. And this is like their first one. And then that's when they did Mass Effect. So they still the original with that. Like, man, I love this game. Like I play this game a lot. Like I played all kinds. I try to do every way you can beat this game. Like with being good, evil, being with different women. I didn't do a gay path. Actually, I don't know if there was a gay path in this. I don't think gay people existed back in this time. So I don't know if they. Yeah, I don't think there was a gay. But you could be a woman, and I think I did that. Oh no, could you be a lesbian? I don't remember. I think I ended up. I know I did. She was with one of the dudes. I know I did that. I was a woman and one of the dudes, but I don't know. Maybe there was a lesbian thing in here. Yeah, maybe you could be lesbian, but you couldn't be like dude on dude. I'm not sure. Gay men didn't exist in video games. It was just lesbian because of that. What was that game called? The game they always show like those two women together all the time hugging.
Oh, Fear.
Yeah, Fear Effect.
Something.
Yeah, Fear.
Fear
I thought that
Factor?
was Fear Effect.
Fear Effect.
Oh,
Yeah. Fear Effect.
Yeah, Fear Factor is the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that broke the mold, Daniel. That broke the mold for lesbians, even though it was really just for straight men. That's anyway. What else we have here? I'm not going to say that game. It's not really worth it. I think that's it. That's it for 2005. So now we're going to go back 30 years to a game called Jagged Alliance. Now, I never played this game, and I'm pretty sure you probably haven't.
No. The name did sound familiar, but looking at it, I'm not totally sure, to be honest with you.
Yes. So this is the first game of the series, and apparently they have a third one that came out more recently. And I think they might have had like a remaster of this, I want to say. But I'm not sure. But apparently this is like a big tactical game that came out 30 years ago that was pretty popular on PC and really well done. And like, yeah, it looks like you have to control these areas on like this map and stuff, and then you battle it out. I don't know the story or anything really. I do have it open. Okay, so the plot is Daylight takes place in a fictional South Atlantic island of Metavaria, and a former nuclear testing site. The nuclear tests altered some trees on the island, and several years later, it was discovered by scientist Brenda Richards, and those trees, known as fallow trees, produce unique sap that proves to be medical marvel. However, Brenda also discovered that the trees could not reproduce, so they're the only ones. So I guess it's a fight for that resource. And her assistant, Lucana Satano, realized how profitable the sap would be, and he managed to convince Jack Richards, the leader of the scientific commission, that it would be beneficial to have two independent science teams. Santino consequently established a new base on the other side of the island. He immediately began to recruit new people and gradually took over the island by force. When the game begins, the player is contacted by Jack Richards and is invited to the island. There, Brenda and her father request a player hire mercenaries through the Association of International Mercenaries. AIM. That's what AIM stands for, Daniel. Not whatever the hell Marvel said it stand for. What is that? Autonomous something, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Yeah.
To reclaim the island for Santino's forces sector by sector. So that's all this big map, and I guess you pick a sector and you fight through that sector and you go through it. And yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, that's an interesting story. Like this special tree. It's almost like the blue mushroom thing we watching, except for
exactly.
It's not a war or anything, but still, like, it's this resource that can be profitable.
Not yet, it's not.
But yeah, okay.
This game is 59 cents on GOG right now.
Because the game was re-released in 2008 on GOG 2010, and in GOG.com in 2008, and in 2010 on Gamergate. Both the Windows
not Gamergate.
Both Win.
It's such an unfortunate name for a website.
Yeah, it's not based off the
no, it's not related to that.
Okay, yeah. Well, they probably don't exist no more. This company. Let me
do.
Oh no, it still says 2006 founded. It doesn't say it's done. It's a Sweden base, and there's Swedes too. Let me see. I want to say like, hey, they thought about changing their name when the Gamergate stuff happened. They went hitting.
I definitely remember something about them at that time. Like they were having to make sure they differentiated themselves from all of that. They put out.
We have nothing
releases.
to do with this. This is We are Sweden. We do not fight. All right. Now we go back 50 years. How many years is that?
You gonna make me do math?
Am I doing math?
Is it the Microsoft one? It's 50 years.
Yeah, it's 50. Yeah, it's 50. It's 50 years, right? Yeah. So 50 years ago, 1975, Microsoft was founded by two guys, William H. Gates III,
Billy,
and Paul G. Allen. and then Bill Gates killed that guy, and he's the fun.
And he brought in Steve Ballmer.
Yeah, and Steve Ballmer was the third employee of the time. They were the first guy to hire. In Albuquerque, New Mexico. I just thought Albuquerque was a made up place.
You mean that place from Breaking Bad?
I'm trying to think of like when I was a kid, it was some cartoon and it said something about Albuquerque.
Oh yeah,
so I didn't think it was a real place.
Or something. Like, go to Albuquerque.
Maybe. Yeah, it probably was. And I just thought it was a made up place. I didn't think it was real.
It's just silly name.
Until I think it's someone in school. It's like Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was like, oh, that is a real place. And then yeah, because I think it was some cartoon or something like that. The train is going to Albuquerque or something.
Yeah,
like
it was a Looney Tunes thing. Wrong train at Albuquerque.
Oh, okay.
Albuquerque.
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, there's a Daffy Duck and Porky Pig movie out now.
Really?
It's called when the Earth's like it's supposed to be like when the Earth's still. It's called When the Earth Blew Up or something.
Blew up. A Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
You know, I had heard somebody talking about a new Looney Tunes movie being in theaters, and I wasn't sure if that was that like John Cena one that got canceled, and then like they were talking about still releasing it.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, that company that
this
put
one
this
came
one
out of nowhere.
Yeah, and some people said it was really good. I was like, oh, a bunch of 70-year-olds.
87 on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Well, yeah, it got a high score, and I was like, yeah, I can't wait to. It comes with streaming.
Yeah,
streaming, so I can watch it.
What would that be on Max? Because Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I would think it would be on Max if it does come.
Yeah, hopefully that does.
Yeah, the animation. When I was looking at the animation of like the thing, I was like, oh, it does look good. Like this is like, I mean, I think it's hand drawn or at least closest.
Yeah,
hand drawn we're ever going to get.
They're at least going
nowadays.
for that style, if nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the style that Lilo Stitch did. I remember Lilo Stitch was like, "Oh, we're back to hand drawn again." I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! We are doing 3D." Yeah, it's like we ain't doing that shit.
Why is the first thing that I see in the trailer for this is Daffy's naked butt?
Well, don't you always see his naked butt?
Do I always see his naked butt?
He don't have pants.
No,
Daffy Duck don't wear pants.
His fur or his feathers, I guess. Rather, he's a duck.
Oh, his feathers are gone
His feathers
too?
were down, and it was like plumber crack. But
what the hell?
Detailed in a way that I am not comfortable with. And then, and then he was twerking later in the. Is this supposed to be more like adult focused?
I don't remember seeing. Okay, maybe I wasn't looking at the trailer that close then, because I don't remember none of that.
Oh, you would if you saw this trailer, Dominic. Can't unsee it now.
But yes, Microsoft. So they started then, man, and now they are the giant they are now. After stealing so much, where everybody stole, it seemed like everybody stole from everybody.
Oh yeah,
everybody was stealing from everybody. You know, that's what it seemed like. It seemed like that's the game.
That's always been the game.
If you ain't stealing,
you ain't trying to win.
And you definitely ain't. I think every company that is here now has stolen in some way. I don't know what the definition of good company. I mean, I think, is that the definition of good company then? It's like, as long as you steal and able to play the lawsuits, if you do get caught, you are a good company. Yeah, you were fair. You did fair business practices. Yep. That's the cost of doing business.
Exactly.
It's to steal, try not to get caught till years later when you're already established.
And then you have enough money to just pay people to keep quiet.
Yeah, exactly. Or just pay the fine and say like
$10,000. Here you go. I just wiped my butt with this.
I mean, I saw the McDonald's show. I saw. I saw the how McDonald's is for and everything. Even though I don't, yeah, they got some money, but man, come on, billions served every day and stuff like that. Come on, man, get the fuck out of here. They ain't get that much. Yeah, all right. So that's it for the flashback segment. So we're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, get to the gaming news.
All right.
And we're back. So let's get to the gaming news. What we got, Dan?
All right, Dominic. So this week we saw the kind of re-announcement of Marathon. It's now given a date, September 23rd. Mm-hmm. And this is Bungie's new extraction shooter, bright neon colors. They have extended gameplay bits and stuff as well coming out this past couple of days.
What'd you think of it?
I think it looks fine. I think aesthetically it looks pretty cool, even though it's not necessarily doing anything like wholly unique. I think there are some other games out there that are using like a similar futuristic style. The ones that come to mind are like the Ubisoft game or the Valorant, like those kind of games. This obviously takes it up a little higher notch wise. But I'm really new to that
game
I'm ever gonna play.
Yeah, I'm not really. I haven't never really played the extraction shooters, like Tarkov and Hunter Showdown, or whatever it's called. Hunt the Showdown. I never really played them. I don't really understand them because I know it's like you go in, you try to get as much loot as you can, and then they say like you get out. Is there like a place you go to get out, or is it like time
I think there's like specific places, like kind of like you would do in Titanfall, where you had to get back to the jet kind of thing.
So and then you're able to take that loot to your next match. That's what it is. Is that the thing? Because they say you go in, you're supposed to get as much loot as you can, and then get out. Okay.
Yeah, I think some of that stuff you can carry over. It's basically like a risk reward type thing. I think you can go in and be like kitted out in your next match, but if you die there, then you're going to lose everything.
Yeah, you just start over again, and I mean, I get it. So okay, I see that's what it is. Maybe that might be the game I do. I just never played those other games. Because it was always the look, really, for those games. They looked too either dark or drab, and I don't really care for that look, like the realistic type of look. I want something that looks fun and something like Marvel Rivals, and a lot of flashing lights and colors to keep me interested, and to keep my mind like how kids do, like kids watching cartoons or something. Because that stuff is just I don't need a Call of Duty type of look. I get it. I mean, those games are popular. People like that stuff. But for me, I need something different. And the look of Marathon, maybe that'll be what it is to get me like, try that stuff. Because it's not. I mean, it's competitive, but in a way where it's not about shooting. I mean, it's not about how many people you killed. It's just surviving and. I guess almost in a way how it is with like Fortnite or something, the traditional Fortnite of like, you might kill some guys, but you might can get through without only killing like maybe 2 guys because all you did was just survive throughout the most of the game. So I don't know. I mean, I'll see if there's something to that. It's not what I thought. I mean,
at the end of the day, it is Bungie at least. There's a large degree of pedigree there, so the shooting will probably feel really good.
Yeah, exactly. And I kind of was wishing that there'll be some type of single player thing with this. Like
they said, you can opt to not be auto teamed up, and you can just go it alone if you want. But sounds dangerous.
That's not a story. I create my own story. Yeah. I create my own story. Yep. It's like, it's like
exactly.
All right, so what else we got?
All right, Dominic. We also got some more disappointing Switch news. We still don't have, at the time of recording this, a new pre-order date for the Switch 2. The tariffs were reduced. They're paused right now, but there's still 10% tariffs. So I saw a lot of people speculating that Nintendo could potentially release now without a price raise. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that the release would be within that 90 days, but I can't imagine like if they foresee the tariffs going back in place, why they wouldn't raise the price now.
Is there any way they can release it with the price drop?
We could only hope, specifically on the games. But unfortunately, the bad news for you, Dominic, is more price kind of increases, I guess. More price talk. So it's come out that Breath of the Wild, the Switch 2 edition, will not come with the DLC that originally released for that game. That DLC being $20. We're just getting to the point where this is petty from Nintendo, right? Like a Switch 2 edition of any game should be like the complete edition of a game.
Oh my
like,
God,
what are we doing here?
My sides are hurting. This is at this point, man. I'm just like, yo, just make the games $100, man. Come on, just go for the whole enchilada, baby. Yeah, that's just say, you know what? We work our asses off on these games, and these games are fun. Y'all love them. $100, something like that. Yeah, let's do that.
They made the mistake, Dominic. They said the thing. They said, you know, if the Switch 2 is out of your price range, we have a Switch 1 for you. So, like, I don't even know how you make that same mistake.
Bowser?
Yes, I don't know if it was Bowser or not. I think it might have been, but I don't want to attribute that to him if it was not him. Just one of the lowly Koopa Troopas down. And he's since been fired.
Oh man, got Switch 1
he said, let them have Switch 1s.
I thought that was expensive too. Well, shit, I think it is because I think it should drop. That should drop, honestly now.
Should. I think it's more likely that will just go away.
Yeah, no, that's going to drop. I mean, not drop. I mean, that's just going to go away. Yeah, they ain't going to drop that, man. They ain't never dropping anything. That's the thing. You'll get a $5 discount at the most on games. But yeah, man.
I'm sorry. It was in fact Doug Bowser, Dominic.
It was Bowser.
He said the company
Bowser
recognizes there are some people that may not be able to afford the Switch 2 price point. That's why we wanted to make the other Switch platform available.
Like a funny
so people
tweet.
Still have an opportunity to come into our gaming universe, be a part of these characters in these worlds, and see value, if you will,
in whatever a nice, funny Bowser tweet
of the platform they come in.
Oh man, did I save it? Nope.
Reggie wouldn't have let this happen, Dominic. They need to bring that man back. I don't know what they need to do, but they need to bring that man back.
Oh yeah, because Reggie knew, like, yo, we print money here. Like, we don't have to do this.
Disgusting.
And it's just like,
speaking of,
I'm just saying, like, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's just, I'm sorry, like, and then like the people defending it is to that point. Like, I just like, man, fuck you guys. I mean. Some of you, I mean, I'm just hoping a lot of you people are just kids and y'all don't pay for shit anyway. So what the fuck do you care? And like anybody who defends this, I mean, I'm just saying, is this weird that you defend? Like, why defend it at all?
Well, I run my own business, Dominic, and I would hate for my products to be given
it's
away.
It's like, I don't give a goddamn.
Nintendo
you running the business.
Theirs away.
I'm just a consumer. I don't give a fuck about like the whole thing of like, well, they gotta make. I'm not. That's not my problem. That's not my problem. I just want this game. And look, you have to explain to me as a consumer of why this is worth my time, not about what is worth. Like, because what's it called? What it costs you. That's not how you sell shit. You know, such a man, because we work really hard and retired and stuff, so you have to pay it for this price. Like, that's the real reason. But you don't tell a consumer that, like, when you try to sell something to them. It's like, oh, yeah, like, I'm going to feel bad and be like, yeah, man, I should pay. No. Like, you need to tell me why is it worth this price? And and look, and thing is, it might be people might just be buying. They're gonna buy the shit out of this, like at astronomical numbers, maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be because it can still sell, but it just sells, but not like it's not like to a point where it's like man, like I mean, it sells, but it's not like it's selling super fast or something, or like it's to a point where it's like they like they were smart to do this, or like they should have did this because it sells this much amount. But I mean, I think it is though. But I think it's going to sell to a point where it's like it might break records or something like that. And
yeah,
I mean, because there's going to be, I don't think it's going to be everybody who had a Switch though. I mean, I just think there's a lot more people who is willing to spend that money than some people might think. Like people who say they're not going to get it. There's a lot more money out there. It's like that people are willing to spend and something like that. And I think they're just pricing you out, like basically like everybody else out. They probably won't equal to the sales of what this Switch is, like in the long run. It probably won't.
Yeah, but money wise, get the same or more.
Exactly. Because of how much they're charging.
I just hate that.
I think that's the way things go for a lot of
with
stuff,
like
though.
mobile games too, right? Like it's the whale mentality where it's like, well, as long as we get this set amount of people to pay this much for something, then we don't really care if we can get it into the hands of everyone. And that's disappointing if that's the way Nintendo is going to go about business, because for at least it's some point they were saying, like it's about accessibility and it's about people playing our games, and like that has clearly changed.
The day of the Wii is over.
Yeah.
Day of the Wii, that was it.
Well, Dominic, adjusted for inflation now.
Yeah, whatever. I bought the Wii and I was wearing a shitty at Target, so get the fuck out of here.
All right, Dominic, speaking of crappy business practices, Last of Us, again, is getting another release. This time it's the complete edition, including part 1 and 2. You can get that digitally right now for $100.
Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
Or
you said $100.
You can get a fancy...
Wait a minute.
Yeah, for both games.
Oh, for both games. Oh, okay.
Yeah, complete edition now. And then you can get a physical copy on July 10th for $120. That includes a steelbook, comics, 4 lithographic prints, and a thank you letter from Neil Druckmann himself.
Yeah, they better be handwritten thank you and not some printed shit. You better write all those goddamn letters.
And then there's a return envelope so that you can send all your thank yous back to Neil Druckmann. Because have you thanked him lately, Dominic?
Yeah, you thanked him lately.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, Dominic, Disney Illusion Island is finally coming to everything else, Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. It has formerly been Switch exclusive.
I wonder, did Nintendo even pay for this?
I don't know.
If they did, what the hell's wrong with them? like then it's like, no wonder they charging. Disney probably charge them arm and leg. It's like they don't know what the hell they doing. And now it's like we got to charge $8 again because we got to get that money back from Disney Illusion when we bought the exclusive. But seriously though, this game, I'm just so surprised that it was exclusive to the Switch when it came out, because I was thinking like, what the fuck? It's like, honestly, unless like Nintendo was helping make the game or something, they don't need to have exclusive of anything.
No, not at all.
People are going to
your
get your system.
platform is sold on Nintendo titles.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't need to buy exclusives from outside. They don't need to buy Bully, Dominic. They're good.
Was this my Scrooge McDuck? Like he wasn't in the first game?
No, so he's got a mode now in the game. You aren't playing as him necessarily, but there is a cave adventuring scavenger hunt mode now in the game. Cash mode. So, of course, Scrooge McDuck is involved.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, this coming out May 30th.
Scrooge is loving this economy.
Yes. It's top 1%er over there. Yeah, so this is a good game. So if you're looking to get into a
Scrooge McDuck's
Metroidvania,
first appearance was being
you're gonna tell
Ebenezer
me like
Scrooge.
DuckTales. Was it? Is that how it came to be? They had Ebenezer Scrooge, and then they were like, well, we're just gonna make him a duck, or we're gonna make him, a full-time character. Let's see. As a cartoon character appearing in 1947.
It's 47. Okay, because that was definitely
Yeah.
after 1947.
Yeah. All right, Dominic. Next up, Vampire Survivors Emerald Diorama. This is a crossover with Square Enix's Saga franchise. It is a new free update that adds 40 new attacks, 16 plus playable characters and skins, and a new stage that includes 7 biomes. Are you ready to return to Vampire Survivors, Dominic?
I mean, yes, I always am, and I know nothing about Saga, the Saga series at all. So
Yeah.
I'll learn it from there. I'll learn it from that game. Even though I don't think
Yeah,
it
I
was
also saw some stuff about the cross save coming to Xbox and PC and mobile, and I think even Switch. But there is some issue with the PlayStation stuff where it's no longer going to be included in that cross save stuff.
Oh yeah,
So that's
I saw them
unfortunate.
apologizing for that.
Yeah.
Somebody said, "I don't
But
want your
I just want
apology."
that. Like, I think that would be a pretty big motivation for me to get back into that game, just because I would like to be able to play it, kind of anywhere. That'd be nice.
Oh yeah.
All right, Dominic. And then the last news I got here, Xbox Game Showcase and a direct for Outer Worlds 2 has been announced for June 8th. So theoretically, just mere days after the Switch 2 launch, we'll be getting our E3 season.
As I ignore that, I'm going to be putting a lot of blocks on my Twitter and Blue Sky feed. If even Blue Sky even has that feature up there. I hope they do.
I'm sure they got something.
I'm going to be blocking a whole lot of Nintendo stuff up there because I was like, I am not going to be
Can
here.
you block one word and boost another? So it's like, I'm going to turn down Switch and I'm going to turn up Xbox. So all I see is Xbox stuff.
Yeah, I mean, showing off Outer Worlds 2. I mean, Avowed just came out this year. So
yeah,
it would be crazy if Outer Worlds 2 came out this year.
that would be impressive. And it feels like they almost have to, or it has to be like early next year if they're doing a dedicated direct for this thing.
Exactly.
Their big showcase. So, what do you think as far as the big showcase? What are you predicting seeing there? Gears, Perfect Dark?
Oh, yes,
maybe?
definitely Gears, of course, with the whole E-Day, as well as Emergence Day or something.
Yeah,
it's called.
E-Day. Yeah.
And Perfect Dark, maybe. Definitely Fable. What else did they have announced? They had. I don't think. I'm gonna say no to Blade. They might show or if they do show something, it's very small.
Dominic, tell me how I forgot that was even a video game until you said those words.
Well, I didn't know about it until I said it either. Now. I was trying to think of all the things I remember Xbox saying.
I was like, oh yeah, Blade. Jeez.
I hope that don't get canceled like Wonder Woman. I would think that would be canceled.
Get canceled like the Blade movie.
So yeah,
well, unofficially. So far.
I think what other Xbox game have they announced? What was that rumor about Toys for Bob working on a Banjo-Kazooie game or something?
Banjo-Kazooie game. I saw a headline that said like Toys for Bob would love to do that.
I would love to do that. Oh, okay, whatever.
Then make them do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Get on it.
They would love to do it. I would love for them to do it. I mean, goddamn.
I would love for them to do it, but also they've got a lot on their plate right now. So,
yeah. What's Rare doing? What's those guys doing? It's like that don't exist. I just want to know, who is in where?
No. Forza Horizon guys are doing Fable, right? So
yeah. So I'm saying where like who was on where that was there when they first got picked up by Microsoft? Who's still there? Like so for like yeah.
There's like a janitor probably.
Shucks. I'm trying to think. What other game had Microsoft announced that they be showing off? Well, they'll show off that Oblivion game. You keep telling me they're going to shadow drop.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to
hoping. They'll show Call of Duty, right? They'll show Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty. The new. Yeah. What do you think the new one's going to be?
There was a leak. I didn't actually like look at it to see what it was talking about. We had Black Ops last year, right? So it wouldn't be a Black Ops year.
No.
Or was it not a Black Ops year?
That was last year. Black Ops, because Modern Warfare was a year before. So, I mean, I don't know if they're doing a Modern Warfare. Is that still a 7? Thing? I don't know. Or what's it called? They call it the Price Files. Call of Duty Price Files. Or something like that. I don't know.
Yes, I don't know.
Captain Price.
They've got to show that, I'm sure, because that'll be launching this holiday. Tony Hawk will not be out by then, so we'll probably see a little bit of that. Maybe more of the SpongeBob thing. People were speculating Hollow Knight Silksong will finally be showcased there. We'll see if that ends up being the case.
That game didn't come out yet. Huh.
No, I'm tired of that being the meme. So that really needs to come out at some point. But yeah, I think they've got the potential to have another banger of a show, and that's without even the potential for having some level of surprise of a new
another
game.
Starfield expansion.
Okay. You think that there's a chance of that, Dominic?
Oh, well, the way, because they said they're not done. I remember them saying that they're working on more Starfield stuff.
Gotcha. So what you're saying is people are going to be angry that they haven't just moved on and are working on the next Oblivion game.
I'm guessing a VoW. I'm curious about VoW. So is a VoW? Is that just a one-off? Are they not going to have anything extra?
Is that a one and done, or will there be more? Yeah. I mean, if we're talking outer worlds already, it feels like that has to be done, right?
Yeah. I mean, unless the team is big, unless it's a huge team, like they used to be back in 10 years ago.
Like if they were a huge team, they're not anymore.
Like, unless they got somebody, like people working on stuff like, hey, yeah, we're working on the next VoW expansion or something. I really want to get back into VoW, kind of. I wish it was more interesting. That was just honestly, it's just not grabbing me like how Outer Worlds was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Dominic, that is the news I had. Was there anything else you saw?
Darn, that was the news you had? Shit. Yeah, because the only thing I knew about was the marathon. Let me see.
It's a relatively, slow week again. We're building up to next week is going to be the Mario Kart Direct. So I feel like we've got to hear a pre-order date by then. I think that's Thursday this coming week, like the 17th.
Oh, this is why you're talking about the thighs for Marvel Rivals. Like, who is that supposed to be?
Emma Frost.
No, that's
Emma Frost.
Oh, Emma Frost?
Yeah.
Okay. I never knew Emma Frost had thighs like this. I don't ever remember her.
I mean, I think everybody in that game has thighs like that, Dominic. Man, woman, raccoon, it doesn't matter. They all got them.
Oh, you ain't got no. So you didn't play the 2K25 yet?
Which the WWE?
WWE.
Oh no, absolutely not. I have no interest in that. Why? What's their news about that?
Oh, that it's they gave it an 8.25 because Game Informer, since it just come back, so they got reviews and stuff. I'm just on their site. Shucks. Man, I don't see anything. Yeah, I guess we're good. Yep.
All right, we'll get into the new releases here,
Oh,
Dominic.
the
Some of
BAFTA
which
awards. Did we ever say who won the BAFTA awards?
no, I don't think we did.
No. Ash.
There are tariffs on the awards now, Dominic, so
No.
we can't talk about them without pay. So don't get
Astrobot
involved.
though. Won best game.
As God intended.
And it was going against Balatro, Black Myth, Wukong, Helldivers 2, Zelda, and Thank Goodness You're Here. Animation went to Astrobot. Artistic achievement went to Neva. I don't remind me what Neva is.
Neva is the woman with the wolf made by the people who made Grease.
Yes, now
the
I remember.
side-scrolling artsy.
Audio
artsy game.
went to Astrobot. British game, the best British game, went to Thank Goodness You're Here, and
I figured that would be
that
it.
beat out Sinuous Saga, Still Wakes the Deep, Paper Trail, A Highland Song, and Lego Horizon Adventures. That's British. Those people are British to make those Lego games. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't playing those games no more. Debut game was Balatro.
That checks out.
I guess because Astrobot technically came out on the launch of the PlayStation 4, 5. Evolving game.
Yeah. He also had that VR game.
No, the best evolving game. I'm sorry. You said VR game. What are you talking about?
No, I said Astro had that VR game
Astro
before
had,
the PlayStation.
They also had that too. Yeah. Best evolving game is Vampire Survivors, baby. They gave it to that.
Oh wow! There
Over
you go.
Diablo.
I mean, every time it feels like every couple of months they just drop this random stuff on it, and half the time
That's what
it's
somebody
free,
said. This
and
is like
half
the
time
forever
it's less
game.
than
This is another forever
$5.
game.
So I'll take it.
Diablo 4, Final Fantasy Online, No Man's Sky, Sea of Thieves, and World of Warcraft. Best family game goes to Astrobot. It beat out Little Kitty Big City, The Plucky Squire, Cat Quest 3, Lego Horizon, and Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Yeah, easily. Come on.
Games Beyond Entertainment, Tales of Kenzira, Zao. Yeah, you know that game. Did you ever play that game?
Tales of whatever Kazal.
Yeah.
Is that the one? I played a bit of it because it was on the PlayStation thing, and I thought it was all right. But then something else came along, and I just never got back to it.
Oh, there's a game called Vampire Therapist. So try that. That's one of the games that was nominated for the Games Beyond Entertainment. Senua's Saga, Tetris Forever, Kind Words 2, Botany Manor.
Kind Words. I'm a Kind Words 1 guy myself.
Game Design winner, Astrobot. Multiplayer, Helldivers 2. Music, Helldivers 2. Wow. Won the music. Narrative, Metaphor Refantasio. You got Still Wakes Deep, one new intellectual property. And performer in a leading role, Alec Newman. And Still Wakes Deep. Still Wakes the Deep. I keep saying still. Okay, Still Wakes the Deep. Performer in a supporting role, Karen Dunbar from Still Wakes the Deep. Technical achievement, Senua's Saga. And Fellowship, Yoko Shimamura. What did she do? I don't know what she did, but she won the Fellowship. She's a composer and pianist. So she did. Oh, she's a composer. She did. Oh, she's the. I thought that was a dude. She's a composer for Kingdom Hearts. I thought it was a man's name. I bought her albums. I did not know. Wow, she's old now. I've seen her when she was young. Yeah, I can't tell.
Kingdom
Yeah,
Hearts
I can't
sucked
tell.
the soul
I can't
out of
tell
it, Dom.
female names from male names in Japan, Japanese. I should have known it from Yoko Ono, but I just thought like, oh, they're unisex,
Yeah.
and it could be. I have no idea. I don't know no man.
I mean, isn't the one guy Yoko Taro?
Oh yeah,
isn't
that's right.
he like Nier or something? So yeah. Although we don't know what's underneath that head, he's always wearing that head though. Maybe it's a woman pervert making these pervert games. We never know.
Nope. All right. Yeah, that's all I got, man.
All right, we'll do new releases here real quick. Dominic, half of which we've already talked about. South of Midnight, now out on PC, Xbox Series X and S.
I think it's regular price, like what, $40?
That sounds about right. Let's see, South of Midnight. That's one of those things that I just kind of don't even think about anymore.
Because of Game Pass.
$40 on Steam right now because of Game Pass. Yeah, I mean, I'm already paying Game Pass. I take that amount of credit card every month, so yeah. Not worried about how much games cost as long as they show up on that service. Blueprints, PC, PS5, Xbox One, or Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. And then Monaco 2 is out now on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. I remember Monaco 1. I haven't seen a whole bunch about Monaco 2 yet. This is the
Monaco,
one where it's like you're a team of thieves that are different colors, and then you're like trying to do heists in a co-op game. Seems pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. Seem like it's a fun time.
$25 on Steam for 2. Let's see, Metacritic.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I was playing Borderlands 3. Yeah, also.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was playing a lot of Borderlands 3. I think I mentioned that. Did I mention that last week? Yeah, I mentioned that
last week. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not much to say on that. Nah, I think I recorded a little bit. I think I put it on for last week, though. So I probably won't have it this week.
So, yeah, Monaco 2. And then we got the Talos Principle Reawakened on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. Now, Talos Principle, I think, is interesting because, like you mentioned it earlier when we were talking about puzzle games. And it feels like it's pretty well revered, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like it comes up in these style conversations. It's always like The Witness and Myst.
No.
And it's like, yeah, what about the Talos Principle? The Talos Principle feels like it's more closer to Myst than The Witness.
I'd rather hear that more than The Witness.
I mean, obviously. Let me tell you about how the Talos Principle developers were already also peeing.
Was that The Witness 2?
Nah, there's
okay. It was just Talos Principle 2. Okay.
Yeah, there was a Talos Principle 2. I think The Witness was Jonathan Blow's last game besides the remaster of the other one that just came out last year.
Braid?
Man. Yeah, Braid. So, I don't know what he's up to nowadays. Probably trolling people on Twitter or some nonsense. So, yeah, those are the new releases for this past week. Dominic, you got anything else for the people before we get out of here?
Nah, man, I'm good.
All right, thank you guys as always for listening. You could check us out on Twitter, Dominic's at DStalworth5. I'm Irregulus MB. The podcast is at Supapod, SUPAPOD. You can also check us out on Blue Sky at supapod.com, at RegulusMB, and at DinoMan at DominicStalworth.bluesky.social. You can also check out the website, supapod.com. It has all of our previous podcasts as well as links to all the places you can find us, including YouTube, where there's a video version of this podcast, as well as iTunes, YouTube Music, Spotify, Amazon, Audible, and any other place you can find an audio podcast. And until next time, guys, talk to you later.
All right, see you.